It's a state championship day of football in Lincoln. The 1996 state football playoffs commence with a title game of Class D1 as the Anselmo-Merna Coyotes meet up with the Dodge Pirates. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jim Rose, along with former Husker All-American Tommy Frazier. And here we have eight-man football, and it's a great offensive experience, not much for defenses, but what we're going to see today, Tommy, is one of the great high school football running backs in Nebraska history. He's Corey Eichmeyer of Dodge, 2,000 yards this year, 8,000 yards for a career. He's special.
Yeah, he is special. Anytime you have a guy rush for over 2,000 yards in a single season, that says something about him.
Anselmo-Merna, a team which has defeated the top-ranked team this year, Mullen, so they have to feel very confident in this ballgame.
Yes, anytime you beat the top-ranked team in the state, then you should feel confident. You should feel very confident coming into the game and expecting that you're going to win the championship.
Let's go back to some of your big games as a high school player. What does the kid think of when he's trying to play a consistent game, trying to do just what he's done coming into the season and into this title game, but you have to have some butterflies?
Yeah, coming into a big game like this, you're going to have butterflies. But the main thing for you to do is go out there and stay poised and confident and stay consistent. Try not to make as many turnovers as you would in the regular season.
It's going to be rainy. It's going to be a little chilly. How do you think that'll affect the game today?
Well, it might affect the footing, but this is a state championship that you have to prepare yourself to play under all circumstances, and I expect a good game from both teams today.
Dodge and Anselmo-Merna for the Class D1 championship, and we'll be back with the coaches right after this. It's the D1 championship game, Anselmo-Merna versus Dodge, and we're here with Todd Hoyt, head coach of the Anselmo-Merna Coyotes. A great thrill for you to be here. What does it mean to the kids?
Oh, hell, they're just happy. I mean, we come in last night, get them looking at the stadium, and they're excited. They're ready to go.
Is it a concern that they're going to be so pumped up and so wowed by the surroundings that you kind of got to say, look, fellas, we got to play these guys?
Yeah, you know, all the hype and everything's been doing all year long with all the media and everything. Hopefully they can get focused on what they're here for.
You're going up against the most prolific rusher in the history of Nebraska high school football, yep. Eichmeyer from Dodge. What is an acceptable total for him today?
I don't care yardage. I don't care if he has 1,000 as long as he doesn't have 8 touchdowns.
Okay, Todd, good luck.
Thanks.
It's Todd Hoyt, the head coach of Anselmo-Merna. Well, here's the guy who is going to have the biggest tear in his eye come graduation day, Gordon Pillmore, coach of Dodge, because he waves goodbye to Eichmeyer. He's been a terrific member of your team, but I think a great inspiration to high school football players everywhere.
Yes, he has, and we started out with him as a freshman, and it just seems like year after year he keeps improving. And boy, when that guy goes out the door, I don't know, our football program might go with him, but there's always somebody else waiting in the wings.
You're on the cusp of 3 consecutive state championships, Gordon. Winning 3 in a row is really difficult to do. How have the kids done it?
I don't know. We've been losing. We lose key seniors every year, and every year we say, well, it's going to be tough next year. And to be honest with you, I definitely didn't think we would be this far this year. But I think it's tradition. Once kids get they get moving, and it's just a tradition, and it's kind of hard to stop. And I've seen other teams like St. Francis do the same thing.
Yeah, your kids excited about being here on this AstroTurf?
Oh, absolutely. We played at Overton one year. We played at home last year, and this is going to kind of top it all off.
Good luck, Gordon.
Thank you.
That's Gordon Pillmore, coach of Dodge, and we'll be back with the national anthem and the kickoff, the D1 championship, Anselmo-Merna and Dodge, in just a moment. It's the D1 championship, 8-man football, Anselmo-Merna versus the Dodge Pirates, 2-time champion Dodge Pirates out of the Cornhusker Conference. And if anybody could have a possible home field advantage, Tommy Frazier, it might be Dodge. The community's only about 90 miles or so away, and so it should be an exciting day for everybody in Dodge. And now we have our national anthem from Memorial Stadium. Here is Sherry Dukeshire.
As Sherry Dukeshire of Bear High School sings our national anthem.
Proudly we hail at the twilight.
Anselmo-Merna's Coyotes and the Dodge Pirates for the championship of Class D1. Two-times champion Dodge, Tommy Frazier. But as we heard from Gordon Pillmore in the pregame, he's the coach. Here's a guy who really didn't expect to be here. They've lost key seniors each last day of the season. Each season they've had to bring in a new crop. So it's really been a testament to their ability to feature Corey Eichmeyer, their great running back, and get the other guys to support him so well.
Yeah, that's one thing you want to do is when you have a featured player, you want to put the ball in his hands as much as you can and have everyone else play around him. That's how you build a great program. And so far in the last couple of years, that's what they've done.
Fans from Dodge, 90 miles from the outset, but certainly there is a lot of folks who have come down the road just north of Lincoln, 70 to 90 miles in that range. That's how far Dodge is from Lincoln, and they have come their way. And if there is a home court advantage or home field advantage, it might be theirs, although look at all of those folks from across the way who have come from Anselmo-Merna. This is a very, very impressive following for that ball club. Now let's go to Memorial Stadium public address announcer Rich Schwigger for the introduction of the players.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the University of Nebraska and Memorial Stadium. For this, the D1 State Football Championship game between the visiting team Dodge Pirates and the home team Anselmo-Merna Coyotes. And now, for the introduction of players. Beginning with the visiting Dodge Pirates, number 31, Eric Harms. Number 44, Kelly Fulte. Number 55, Bryce Johnson. Number 69, Kelly Lickus. Number 81, Brent Zakovic. Number 85, Ryan Lurch. Number 88, Brent Barr. Number 98, Danny Marish. Number 51, Ryan Franzlubers. Number 89, Andrew Belsky. Number 20, Jacob Parr. Number 23, Jared Kreckmeyer. Number 56, Phil Ruskamp. Number 35, Matt Bruce. Number 19, Clint Eichmeyer. Number 32, Tyler Paulson. Number 12, J.J. Steckner. Number 25, John Rolfe. Number 40, Corey Eichmeyer. Number 60, Brian Pieper. Number 68, Jess Cranky. Number 75, Nick Emanuel. Number 87, Nick Punky. And number 99, Brian Wisniewski. And the head coach, Gordon Pillmore. Now the designated home team, Anselmo-Merna Coyotes. Number 5, Ryan Murray. Number 9, Brandon Miller. Number 20, John Coinzan. Number 26, Trent Russell. Number 44, Nathan Larson. Number 63, Duran Jacobson. Number 64, Matt McGinn. Number 80, James Golden. Number 81, Brandon Stupka. Number 89, Chad Duree. Number 34, Kyle Cantrell. Number 65, Travis Wetch. Number 82, Raymond True. And number 86, Kyle Stitham. The head coach of the Coyotes is Todd Hoyt.
Could be part of the freshman team.
Dodge Pirates. Fine football tradition up there. Dodge comes into this game with a less than sterling record in comparison to their other two teams, but they have to be considered the favorite, Tommy, because they've been untouchable for the last 2 years. They've won the 2 championships, so this is a ball club that has that high level of confidence, and it's that I walk with the step mentality. You're going to knock me off, okay, if you do, then you're number one, but nobody else been able to do it.
Yeah, that's the mentality that Dodge is coming into this game with, that we are the defending state champions, and if you want that title, then you have to knock us off. And so far, the past 2 years, no one has been able to do that, even though they lost 2 regular season games, but that has nothing to do with it. It's a one-game season. The best team is going to win.
And those 2 games came very early on. The Lee Panthers beat them 76-54 on week 2, and then on week 4, Humphrey St. Francis, which won the Class D2 championship in 1996, was a winner over them by a score of 54-52. But they have been outstanding in the playoffs. They put 50 points up on St. Ed's Beavers, 50-0. Meade fell 72-36, and Friend 66-20. But these Anselmo-Merna Coyotes, they have to be just as confident coming in here, given that their season has been outstanding. And in fact, they haven't lost but 1 game this year, and that 1 game that they were defeated, it was in the first game of the season to Mullen, 20-14. Mullen, the #1 team. They were able to avenge that loss in the playoffs. In fact, in the last week, 40-34, they defeated those ranchers out there from Mullen. So Anselmo-Merna just as confident, having defeated some of the top teams, and with Mullen #1 for most of the season, that has to give them a carload of confidence as well. The officials for today's game, the referee is Tom Barry. Don Lyons is the umpire. Joe Sadjevic is the linesman, with Mike Dias, the line judge, and Jeff Snyder, the back judge. Anselmo-Merna, they'll be in the red, the designated home team, and if you wear red, you ought to be the home team in this place, Tommy Frazier.
Well, yeah, Nebraska is known for its red, for wearing red colors, so Anselmo-Merna, I guess they picked the better team with the red here.
Those Pirates, though, have the outstanding player, and those fans are very concerned about Corey Eichmeyer. These young ladies have been cheering for him for 8,000 yards. Eichmeyer, over 8,000 for the career. He has 65 touchdowns this year on 2,555 yards, and that is an astounding total. But the average per carry is amazing. You do the math. He's carried it 231 times for his 2,500 yards. Great running back. Slasher. And these Coyotes have to be concerned about what this guy can do today. He scored 8 touchdowns in the semifinal win. He is number 40, set to receive this kick. UNO, South Dakota, Kearney, all interested in Corey Eichmeyer. Nebraska putting some pressure on to walk on here, and if he did come to Nebraska, he would play on this gridiron probably as a wingback or a member of the special teams. 8-man football, you gotta love it. It's all offense, Tommy.
Yeah, it is all offense. As we've seen the past couple nights, last night is a wide open game, so I expect nothing less here.
Chad Duree will boot it away. to either Eichmeyer or his other safety back there, and on the field for Dodge, if they kick it away to him, is Tyler Paulson. 8-man football, the 2-times champion Dodge Pirates up against Anselmo-Merna. Anselmo-Merna in its 5th state championship playoff, but they've never won it. They were here in 81 and 84 and 86, a good run there in the early to mid 80s. Came back in 88, and now, after 8 years away, they are back in and playing for the big trophy here on a chilly day in Lincoln. 34 degrees, overcast. We have some drizzle. The wind will be blowing out of the south-southeast at 5 to 15 miles an hour. 8-man football on an 80-yard field. There is a width difference. It's not as wide, which is the only benefit to defensive football. Both of these teams love to run it. In fact, we'll never really talk enough about John Coinson, but John Coinson, the running back of Anselmo-Merna, has over 2,000 yards himself. But when you're in the same class as Corey Eichmeyer, you're sort of invisible. With the wind behind him, DeRee will kick it away for Anselmo-Merna. Title day on the AstroTurf in Lincoln. It's out of bounds, and a flag on Anselmo-Merna. So the jitters affected DeRee right off the bat as he shanked the opening kickoff. It's illegal procedure against the Coyotes, and they'll do it all over again.
Yeah, there you show that he's a little nervous kicking the ball out of bounds, but I'm pretty sure he'll gain his composure and kick the ball deep and let Dodge get a good chance to return this one.
We're going to get a chance to see number 60 for Dodge. Brian Pieper is the new fullback. He replaces a kid named Jeff Uhair, who was designated by Eichmeyer as the bodyguard for all of my yards the last 3 years. But Pieper has come in and really played very, very well. He's run well and blocked well, too. So we'll highlight him when Corey Eichmeyer is carrying the football, and he could carry it a lot. We're going to do it all over again after a 5-yard penalty. Now they'll boot it from the 25-yard line. Pay no attention to the big numbers on the field. That's for the 100-yard field. It's on the ground. Eichmeyer can't get to it. That is a free football. He scoops it up. He is around the 1-yard line, the 2-yard line. He fumbles the ball. It's in the end zone, or it should be a touchdown. That should be a touchdown for Anselmo-Merna, and it is. As Eichmeyer botches the opening kickoff, and the Coyotes are on top of it in the end zone. It's a touchdown, 6-0 Coyotes.
Yeah, that's one thing you didn't want to happen on the opening kickoff. You fumble the ball in the end zone, they recover for a touchdown. As you can see here, he bobbled the ball, but he picks it up. It's a little wet out there today. You see a lot of players losing their footage early, but that's one thing you still have to maintain, hold on to the ball, and right then you have problems, and Anselmo-Merna recovered it for a touchdown for an early lead.
Coinson stripped the ball away, and Raymond True gets the score. He's on the ball in the end zone, and it's 6-0 with his ball club and Brandon Miller going for 2. A bootleg, slipping, down, doesn't get it. He is tackled on the play by Pieper, so they don't get the 2-point conversion, but they do get the touchdown. And Anselmo-Merna, with a special teams mistake, Tommy Frazier, has the early lead. We've played only 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, just an early mistake. I think nerves and jitters cause will be a major part of that. I'm pretty sure that Eichmeyer will gain his composure and have a big day.
So before everybody can get their seats wiped off here at Memorial Stadium, the Coyotes have the lead of 6-0. The field is very slick. Generally, teams that play on high school football fields don't get AstroTurf shoes, and they're certainly not accustomed to it, so you can expect some slippage. And that was not a case of him fumbling the ball, just losing his balance. There it is again.
Yeah, right there, he lost his balance right there, but he did a smart thing by trying to go back and pick it up. But there he has control, and the guy just came by and struck it out again. And there you see a Coyote in the end zone to recover for the touchdown.
DeRee to do it again. This is a do-over. This one's in the air, and Eichmeyer has it with high purpose at the 6. He's at the 30. He's up to the 38-yard line.
There you see a guy who made a mistake on the previous play, but comes back and makes a big return on the next kickoff.
So the Pirates, having been decked here in the early going, just a few seconds into it, giving up a score off the opening kickoff, have Jerry J.J. Stecker at quarterback with Pieper and Eichmeyer in the backfield. Got some fine ends, too. John Rolfe and Brian Wisniewski. This guy here, JJ, is thrown for 727 yards. Big surprise who carries the football first. For nearly 10 into Coyote territory. Eichmeyer on the opening give runs that tidal wave for 9.5.
And there you go again. You see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the ball in Corey Eichmeyer's hand and let him run with it. There you see Peoples out there with a great block at the point of attack, and then Eichmeyer pretty much does the rest on his own by dodging in and gaining 9 yards.
And Nate Larson, 98 tackles coming into this game, gets the hit. Second down and very short. Opening drive for Dodge. Big hole for Eichmeyer. Gets the first down, though Anselmo-Merna had a cavity there early, got around and closed it down in a hurry, but it's inside the 30 to the 29. So 2 plays, Eichmeyer goes for 12. First and 10. A minute gone by, period 1. Dodge at the Anselmo-Merna 29-yard line. They string out Eichmeyer. He tumbles over a Coyote, stays in bounds, gains 4.
Yeah, that was great aggressive defensive coverage out right by Merna that time. As you see, they did a toss sweep to the left side with that defense right there to close down that sideline and use the sideline to help them out with the tackle.
You can look for number 64 and number 46 to get a lot of action out of Anselmo-Merna. 64 is Matt McGinn. He leads his ball club with 128 tackles. Eichmeyer cradling the football, gets the first down on 2nd and 5 from the 25, and he's inside the 20, and they'll spot him down at the 19.
But right now, you see the first 4 plays they had, they're giving the ball to Eichmeyer. He's gained 2 first downs on 4 plays, so you can see what Dodge's game plan is. They're going to run the ball and see if Merna can stop him.
Very difficult to do with a back of his caliber. He's a slasher. He's got tremendous vision. He can cut back well. First and 10 now inside the 20 at the 19. Stecker, Pieper, the fullback, to the 1-yard line.
And there you have it. The fullback kills everyone. You see there, they thought they were going to get the ball to Corey Eichmeyer and give it to the fullback right up the middle for a long gain down to the 1-yard line.
Doria rides him down, but it's first and goal for Dodge, trying to pull even at 10 minutes in period 1.
As you can see, that early mistake by Dodge really didn't bother them because they came back with a strong drive right now. Has the ball first and goal on the 1.
Just to the right of the left side hash mark. Untouched. Eichmeyer with TD number 66 on 96.
It's just one of those plays where it's just a basic toss pitch, and all they did was just ran to the end zone. He pretty much untouched there. Tell you the truth, he really did turn the speed on. He just like coasted into the end zone.
He just jogged in. He just saved the burners for when I'm really going to need them. But it's 6-6. We're tied. 2-point conversion attempt coming. And Jerry Stecker has him down and set. Pieper on the same play that he got to the 1-yard line on, scores easily. And it is 8-6. Dodge with the lead over Anselmo-Merna in what promises to be most likely an offensive explosion on the turf in Lincoln today. But this was a fantastic drive, and virtually all of it, except for the long run by Pieper, belonged to Eichmeyer, including the kickoff return.
Yeah, Pieper and Eichmeyer are doing a great job so far. You see what they're trying to do. They're going to run up inside and outside with Eichmeyer and then slip it to Pieper 1 or 2 times to keep the defense honest. And I think that's a great game plan starting off. So we'll just see if Merna can adjust to that and then try to stop him from the outset, from the start. It looks like it's going to be hard to do so far.
9:46 in first quarter action. For Dodge, this is their 5th time in the playoffs, but they have 2 of the big trophies. They won it in 1991 in Class D1, and they won it in 1995 in Class D1. They averaged 350 yards a game on the ground, which once again is illustrative of just how prolific they are offensively. That takes a lot of plays to average 300-plus yards, but their quarterback has thrown a very solid percentage, 727 yards and 7 scores. Eichmeyer to boot it away. Why not? Let him do that too. And returning for the Coyotes is James Golden. To the 21, that's it.
There you have great kickoff coverage by Dodge. The guy catches the ball right here, he takes it upfield, but within 3 or 4 steps, you see Dodge players, here you go, a big frame of white jerseys coming around, stops him right there for a minimum gain.
Brandon Miller is thrown for 1,454 yards and 29 touchdowns. So this is a passing attack that complements John Coynes in number 20. Look for him. He's a 2,000-yarder. They don't understand how hard it is to do that, Tommy Frazier.
Well, running for 2,000 yards is very difficult. It's even hard to rush for 1,000 instead of let alone 2,000. So these guys are putting in extra work in the weight room and all season trying to build their bodies up to where they can carry the load for their teams.
Coynes' debut is good for 3, up to the 25. 31 touchdowns for Coynes, and that is a tremendous effort. That is almost 3 scores per game. Yeah, having played 12 ball games.
When you can average 3 scores per game, then you know that you're putting the overtime in the weight room.
2nd and 7. First series of downs for the Coyotes. Here is their fullback as Nate Larson drags some Pirates across the 30 up to the 33 and good for a first down.
And Pieper made the tackle, so he gained 5 yards before he's even touched. So both lines are doing an excellent job of opening up the hole and letting their guy run without being touched.
1st and 10 for Anselmo-Merna at 8:52 in the first period. It's 8-6 Dodge. Moving toward the north end zone. Nose of the football just shy of the 35. Brandon Miller going to keep it. DeRee can't hold it at the 30 of Dodge.
And that was a great play by Corey Aguilar. I think he got a hand on the ball to tip it away at the last minute.
DeRee has caught for 21 touchdowns this year.
As you can see, the quarterback rolls out to the left over here, to the right over there. He looks downfield, he throws it, and there you have Corey Aguilar got there at the last minute to tip the ball away.
You can expect them to throw the ball up for grabs with DeRee, number 89. He's the one tight to the bottom of your screen because he's 6'5" and towers over all of the Pirates. It's 2nd and 10. Coinson smothered by Pieper.
Well, Pieper said, this time you got me once in the first play where I didn't tackle him, got 10 yards down the field. This time I'm going to tackle for a -1 yard loss.
In addition to all the blocking he does for Eichmeyer, number 60 has also contributed 110 tackles, make it 111. Lost half a yard. 3rd down, now about 10.5. Nose of the football closer to the 34. Miller standing, now ready. Play action. Out of the hands of Golden, his other receiver, James Golden. He had it there, and a nice pass by Miller, Tommy Frazier, but Golden couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, that was a perfect pass by Miller then. Just one of those plays I want Golden wish he has it again, because that's just textbook perfect pass right there. He rolls out halfway, drops back, throws it downfield, and as you can see, it just goes right through the hands of the receiver.
Which brings us to 4th down and a punting situation for the red and white of Anselmo-Merna. DeRee does it. Safeties deep for Dodge. 2 of them, including that man. They gave up a first down, but then have now forced the Coyotes to punt, these champs from Dodge. Boot by DeRee. Eichmeyer at the 15. Danson still alive, and the turf got him at the 26. Pretty good hit down there put by Tim Bartak of Anselmo-Merna, number 7. Looks to me like Eichmeyer frustrated that he wasn't able to keep his pins, and we have an injured Coyote on the field.
And you see that here, you see that play again. Guy right there slips, he avoids him, he takes stuff fair, he cuts. He tries his best to make some moves, but out here the footing is real wet and slippery, so you're not gonna see those hard cuts as you would see on a natural field, on natural surface. Because most of these guys are here playing in tennis shoes and not the actual wet turf cleats that are needed for wet surfaces like this.
Right now, it's not raining. The drizzle is very light. It's more of a mist. But if it begins to rain more and more, we'll see the puddles appear on the field. And that may mean a stoppage of play to get it all off of there, because it does become very, very slick. And even though this is an outstanding AstroTurf surface, this is much better than average. It's very new. you've got to make sure that you don't hydroplane on your tennis shoes. It is slick. We tried it out down on the field before the game time. It's a little slick.
Well, the kind of shoes that we have wouldn't meant to be played. We're not supposed to be on that kind of turf.
Really?
With these shoes on, yeah.
You mean they're not wearing hush puppies down there?
No, they're not wearing hush
Okay,
puppies.
all right.
They're a long way from wearing hush puppies.
Anselmo-Merna, big, strong, physical team. They like to push you around. They've got strong kids, wrestler types. 250-pounder Matt McGinn, we'll speak of him as they continue to attend to the injured player.
Doesn't look good. They looking at the part of the body that you would hate to see someone have an injury to, and that's the knee. So we'll just keep our finger crossed and hope and pray that he's not injured real badly.
The injured player on the kickoff, the punt return, was the first one with a shot at Corey Eichmeyer. And we'll spell it all out for you in just a second. 7:39 to play, first quarter. We're in the D1 State Football Championship. Anselmo-Merna, the Coyotes, and Dodge's Pirates. This is Trent Russell, the injured Coyote, going to be helped off the field. They were adjusting his knee, trying to find a way to get him at least stabilized.
And that doesn't look too good, being carried off the field, so there could very well be something wrong with his knee.
That is head coach Todd Hoyt taking his player off the field. They will attend. We'll see if we can get an update for him. 26-yard line. Dodge first and 10, leading in the ball game by a score of 8-6. Russell, sophomore, who plays in the backfield. So he's one of those spelling backs. Eichmeyer is wrestled down after one.
That time, the defense did a great job of containing Eichmeyer. He tried to pounce outside, but the defense end kept skating to outside, so he had to cut back inside, and when he did, he met 3 red jerseys.
Nate Larson principally there, help from Darren Jacobson.
So it was a great job defensively by Merna that play.
Second and long for Stecker. Pieper slipping a tackle. Once but not twice, finally dragged down by Miller. But not until after Pieper gets the first down. The 195-pound junior rumbling to midfield.
And so far, this has been a big play. They'll fake the toss sweep and then hand it back to Pieper's underneath. And the first time he ran this play, he gained 15 yards. That time he gained 10. So this seemed to be a pretty big play for him.
First and 10 at the 40. Midfield and 8-man football. Eichmeyer bops to the outside and can't keep his feet. Covered up by Ryan Murray. And he lost a yard. Take a picture of that. That never happens. Eichmeyer never goes the opposite direction.
No, you're not going to see that happen too many times for him, but it was just a great defensive play by Merna that series. They knew what was coming, so they pretty much adjusted their defense and met Eichmeyer a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second down and 12. Backs are split. J.J. Stecker at the controls. To the corner. They've got him figured out that time. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. As DeRee gets in there with Golden, too. Wants to atone for dropping the ball on that long pass play back when Merna had the football.
Well, when you see something like this, they know they're going to try to get the ball to Corey Eichmeyer. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to contain him. That's all they're going to do. They don't want to try to stop him from making the big play. Just contain him.
3rd and 10. Got back to that original line of scrimmage. There's a back pedal. Shakes one. Shakes two. Stecker going to do it himself. Not quite for the first down. He tumbles out of bounds short by 1.
James Golden on the tackle. He did a great job of stopping the quarterback there from getting the first down. So that was a big play.
I think if you watch, he was pretty sure he wanted to run all the time.
Yeah, right here you see he ducks the guy. He's just running for his life there. Then he saw a big old gap in it, a lot of green. He just tried to take advantage of it. But James Golden was there to stop him short of the first down.
Well, you got Corey Eichmeyer in the backfield. It's 4-down territory anywhere in the football field. 4th down and 1. 31-yard line of Anselmo-Merna. Dodge over it. 5 and change to play in period 1. It's been an effective play, that counter play, the trap to the fullback, and Pieper gets the first down inside the 30 to the 29.
Well, right now it seems like that's their bread and butter play. When they need a play, they go to that play. They hand the ball off to Pieper, like on that little fake counter trap. And so far, it's been very effective for them. They gained the first down, then they almost scored on one, and they gained 10 yards. So it looks like right now that's their bread and butter play.
Champs lead it 8-6. Looking for a three-peat in Dodge. First toss to Eichmeyer. 20, to the 15 and out of bounds at the 13-yard line. He wasn't able to shake Coinson. That's the first time we've seen him use Corey Eichmeyer out of the backfield.
Well, they felt that if they're going to stack up against him on the run, then we'll put him out in the swing pass and a flat one-on-one and let him work that way. So that time it's shown that there's no one out there within 5 yards when he caught the ball. So maybe they found a new strategy, a way to get him the ball.
Nose of the football at the 12. First down for Dodge. Tough pass to complete. Good pressure on the quarterback. The intended target for Dodge was number 87, Nick Hunke. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Good pressure applied, as we're going to see, on the quarterback, J.J. Stecker.
Yeah, Nate Larson did a great job there. He takes on the blocks and then just put pressure on him. You know, pressure is better than a sack. If you get the quarterback to throw the ball quicker than what he wants to, that's better than a sack.
Then you're apt for an interception. Eichmeyer gets the toss sweep and is collared down at the 10. Got only 2. They're going to be aggressive on this kid. That time the hitting was done by Dyron Jacobson, number 63. But there's no doubt if he's going to get his 200 or 300 yards today, Tommy, he's going to have bruises tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. If the guy's going to get 200 yards, and you want him, when he wakes up in the morning, know that he played a hard game by having some bumps and bruises on him. You want him to wake up sore, and then he'll know that he was in a real battle.
3rd down from the 10. Cannot break another tackle of McGinn. McGinn, pretty physical kid. Got him around the shoulder pads and just dragged him down. That'll be a gain on the play of 5.5. It'll set 4th down and about 4 to go.
And that time they ran the counter trot with Eichmeyer then, but Matt McGinn was there to stop him for a short gain. Brings up 4th down.
Pirates in the blue pants, white jerseys. Numbers on the helmet. Those are traditionalists. 4th down from the 6. Eichmeyer is struggling for the first down, and he gets it. It took 2 of the Coyotes to keep him out of the end zone. But it was effective enough for Dodge to get the first down.
Yeah,
Reed tried, and so too did Miller, but just too much upper body strength.
Yeah, that's what it was. They had him stopped before the first down, but I guess that sure leg power, sure strength of his upper body just kept him going and stopped him. He almost got in the end zone, so 1st and goal.
Just 1 yard to negotiate. Dodge with a lead of 2 at 3:17 to play in the first quarter. The first touchdown came after they muffed the opening kickoff, did Dodge, and Anselmo-Merna was on in the end zone. Pieper scores it. No trouble as the fullback pops in his 21st touchdown of the year. And it is 14-6 with the PAT pending.
Right there you saw a basic Dodge drive. They're going to power the ball at you. They threw the ball maybe twice in the whole series, but the whole series consists of just that power running game by Dodge.
A lead of 8. Going for more. No PAT attempt. This will be for the 2-point conversion. For a swing pass to Eichmeyer. Or a pitch. Either way, everybody blocking for him. He is stacked up, though, and doesn't get there. Tough defense by Anselmo-Merna. They deny the Dodge Pirates a chance to get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and we hold at 14-6 with 3:09 to play. They just got everybody in the way here.
Yeah, that's right. They knew when they saw the pitch, they just knew that all they had to do just get that contain, make him cut back inside to the defensive help, and that's what happened. And they stopped him short for the 2-point conversion.
Rushing totals, Eichmeyer not lethal yet. He's carried it 10 times already and good for 43 yards. Pieper's carried it 3 times for 33 yards. To this point in the ballgame, knock on wood, no penalties, except for the 5-yarder against Anselmo-Merna to open the ballgame after they kicked it out of bounds, but they do it that way anytime if they get a score on the ensuing kickoff. It was muffed by Eichmeyer and covered up in the end zone by John Coinson.
If you guarantee that's what happened every time you kick the ball out of bounds, and you would do it every kickoff.
Yeah, just keep backing them up 5 yards and win the ballgame. Eichmeyer to boot it away. It is bobbled once more, but Golden picks it up. I beg your pardon, Coinson picks it up. Dipping to the outside. won't go down very easily. Finally, it takes a Dodge special team performer, Matt Prose, to get him down. But it is a 1st and 10 at the 22 after a hard run by Coinson on the kick return.
Yeah, that was a hard run by him. Even though at the start of the playoff, he did bobble the ball, but he found the handle on it and picked it up. And he knows what to do with it, because since he's the running back, he knows to get upfield with there. He makes 2 guys miss. There's a 3rd one miss. He breaks the tackle there. And that's just hard work by a guy like that.
Miller over it on 1st down. 22-yard line in their own territory are the Coyotes. Coinson runs into stiff resistance at the 24. Yeah, John Coinson, 170-pound senior, 32 touchdowns.
Stopped on the play by number 75.
2,174 yards on 244 carries. So his per carry average isn't what Eichmeyer's is, but nobody's is.
No,
That's just a tremendous season. 2,174 yards. Too many numbers for me. 2 1/4 to play in the 1st period. It's 14-6. Dodge. Anselmo-Merna with the football as Nate Larson picks his way up to near the 39. Bigger part of the 29-yard line.
Well, right here you can see the game plan of both teams. What they're trying to do is establish that run. As you know, when you establish your run, you open up your pass game. And pretty much from what I've seen, the team that has been establishing the run the best is the team that's winning right now. So maybe Merna can get on track and try to establish their running game so to where they can get back into this ball game.
Coyotes just shy of the 30. It's 3rd down, 3.5. Miller sees 3 down linemen. Coinson shakes 1 tackle, but cannot the 3rd time. 2nd and 3rd time, anyway. Nick Emanuel had him dead to rights behind the line of scrimmage. He was able to slip out of that, and then 3 of the Dodge Pirates got in on him just short of the 1st down stick. It'll be 4th down, less than 1.
And this is the big call right here. Do you go for it or do you punt it? And they're going to call a timeout to talk it over. Because this right here, it could be a very crucial play. If they make the 1st down, it keeps their drive going. But if they don't, then it gives Dodge the ball deep in their territory.
Andrew Balski and Brian Wisniewski together to keep John Coinson out of the 1st down area.
Unique Final 14 design and sweatshirts featuring the championship logo. Buy yours today.
Dodge, with Gordon Pillmore as the head coach, with such a spectacular performance offensively for the last 3 years, and a rare opportunity to have a kid like Eichmeyer coming in, and it is the coaching genius of a guy like Pillmore to say, look, we understand that football is a team game, but when you've got somebody as productive as Eichmeyer, you've got to find a way to get him the ball as much as you can and hope he can hold up the whole year. And he's held up for 3 or 4 years.
Yes, it's just like at Iowa State. They have Troy Davis, who's probably the best back in the nation. And right now, as you know, he averaging carrying the ball 35, 40 times a game. So when you have an athlete like that, you want to get the ball in his hands as many times as you can, because you know 2 or 3 plays, he's going to make something happen.
Minute 26 to play in the 1st period. It's 14-6 Dodge after trailing 6-0. Has outscored Anselmo-Merna 14-love. Here's the Coyotes' 2nd series of downs. It's 4th and less than 1 at the Coyotes' own 32. Coinson has the 1st down.
And that was just great, strong running by Coinson. He caught the pitch. He saw as soon as he had the opportunity to turn the ball upfield, and that's exactly what he did to get the 1st down. When you have that, when you get on a toss pitch and you have less than 1 yard to go, you don't want to string it out to the sideline. You want to find an alley and get upfield as quick as you can to gain that 1st down.
Just shy of now the 35-yard line. This is the kind of football they want to play. It does a couple of things. One, it accentuates their strength, a big, physical, strong, tough ball club time, but also it chews up time, because Eichmeyer can't hurt you if he doesn't carry the football.
Yeah, when you keep the ball out of a guy's hand, like Eichmeyer's hand, then he can't hurt you. So your offense, you want to run the ball and run some clock off.
Nate Larson struggling forward for 1, maybe 2. He had to wrap up the football as the Pirates were stripping at it. Nick Emanuel, number 75, went after the football. Tough to rip it out of the arms of a 195-pound rolling bowling ball. And Nate Larson is too tough for that. It means 2nd and about 7. Chilly day in the capital city. Ball to the 38. It's a toss for Dury. It is off of his hands, and Eichmeyer had a chance. It's a little tall with the aerial was Brandon Miller.
Yeah, his ball was thrown a little high, but still, it's one of those plays where you would like to see your receiver help you out there. Not every pass is going to be perfect, so in order to be one of those great receivers, you have to make the difficult catches. And there, the ball just skied out his hand, and Corey Ackmeyer almost intercepted off the deflection.
Probably could have completed it had a little less zip on it, even though it was tall for Dury. A little less zip, and he probably would have been able to reel it in. Now 3rd and 7, back at the 38. Larson got a block for him initially, but there were too many Pirates over there, led by Wisniewski, 99. 4th down. They lost 2. It'll be 4th and 9.
It's like they knew what was coming towards them. Look at this. You have a guy attacking the block right there, and there you have 3, 4, 5 white jerseys around on the tackle. So they knew. I think they pretty much knew what play was coming.
As the first quarter comes to an end at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, an early 6-0 lead by Anselmo-Merna has been erased into a 14-6 advantage in the D1 title game for Dodge. And we'll return after this message from the Nebraska School Activities Association. Sort of a slow first period, but lots of action. 14-6. The men and women in blue with a lead over Anselmo-Merna, 14-6. 2 times champion Dodge over the Coyotes from the Loup Valley Conference, runner-up in that league this year. And when we return to action, it'll be 4th down and about 9 for Anselmo-Merna as we switch ends of the field. And now Anselmo-Merna will defend the north goal here at Memorial Stadium. Championship Day in November. Battleship Gray Day. Dury will do the kicking on 4th down. At least we expect the kicking on 4th down. 2 Pirates deep to receive. Face mask high. And a spiraling kick. It will be allowed to go into the end zone. Touchback. And they'll bring it out.
Yeah, on that play there, it was a kick. It was kind of hard to know why I wanted to catch it, but they were just lucky that the ball took one of those rolls and rolled into the end zone because it hit by like the 13 or 14 yard line. And those punts right there you want to catch, but they took a chance and they rolled on into the end zone.
In 8-man football, the touchback brings it to the 15, not the 20. Dodge with a lead of 8. Now the football. And flag stop. The line judge. Offside, Anselmo-Merna. Coyotes, arms up, wondering. Coach Todd Hoyt not exactly consumed with all of this. It's a 5-yard flag. Now 2 penalties for 10 yards against the red and white. The referee is Doug Martin. That line judge we spoke of is Ed Erickson. I beg your pardon, Mike Dykes. So it's 1st and 5. No problem for Ackmeyer, although he breaks Larson. That's hard to do. And is finally belted out of bounds.
And he was belted out of bounds by a host of Coyotes on the near sideline here.
You know, watch how he pops Larson, who's no pussycat at 195.
There he is. He takes the shot from there, but he bounced off of it. That's what you call great leg power and balance there. But then he couldn't get away from the rest of those Coyotes who came pursuing quickly.
Miller finally slowed him down enough to let the other guys get over and finish him off. Now an official timeout as John Coinson has a problem with his helmet. He needs a new hat. Going to send a fresh Coyote in there, and he being Tim Bartak, number 7. So a brief moment of time. There is the new guy. Coinson just needs to have his headgear re-examined. 2nd and 2 at the 23. Pieper shakes another tackle of Larson. This time gets the 1st down. So far, Nate Larson on last 2 downs has had a chance to wrap him up. but the hard running of these kids from Dodge, specifically on that time, it was Brian Wisniewski, number 99, in there to run the fullback spot. He keeps it rolling and rolling. Big part, that was Pieper. That was Pieper.
I think Nate Larson feels that since he's already big, all he has to do is just hit it, run into the guy, and they're going to fall down. But in the game of football, doesn't matter how big you are, you still have to wrap up when you tackle.
And as prolific as these guys are rushing the football, that should be foremost in the minds of the Coyotes. Second pass for Stecker off of the fingertips of his intended target. Not able to haul that one in was Nate Hunke, number 87. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, I think that would have been a perfect pass to complete that ball. He had a guy, the defender, right on his back. And right here, as you can see, the guy was right there man for man. So it had been the perfect pass in order to complete that. But it was a great effort, great try by the receiver there.
Stecker now 0 for 2 throwing it on the afternoon. 11-16. We're in the second period of play, first half of play, and another timeout called for by the referees. The officials have to wave it off again. Coinson apparently will not be admitted back into the football game until after his equipment is arranged properly. So Bartek must come back in. The officials are paying attention to what is on the headgear and making sure that all of the equipment reaches specification. Coinson had to come out for another down. 2nd and 10 of the 26. Eichmeyer bursting through. Nearly keeps his balance. He's in Coyote territory down at the 32.
And there you see Corey Eichmeyer doing what he does best, and that's run the cutback, run the ball, run the daylight, and get downfield for a big gain. Right here you see a counter sweep, and there he just follows blocking down the field. Right there he got tackled, but he keeps his balance for a good 2 or 3 more yards after contact.
1st down and 10. Dodge operating on the visitors' side of midfield. On an 80-yard field, that means the 32-yard line. Toward the north end zone. Pieper spinning down. DeRee does not wrap him up, instead throws him forward for another 1.5 yards. Pieper, very impressive. He got 7 on 1st down.
Well, here you go, Dodge establishing that running game, establishing that power running game. Here they go with that bread and butter play again with Pieper on the little counter trap. Gains a good 7 yards. So every time they run that play, they're averaging somewhere between 7 to 15 yards.
Pieper rumbled it down toward the end zone. And on the next play, Eichmeyer finished it off on that very play. So it's been totally effective for Dodge. 2nd and 3 at the 25. 10 minutes in the half. Pieper, a screen pass, breaks a tackle of Miller. He may get there. He does! Touchdown, Dodge!
That was a great call by the coach then. They set up this little screen pass. Here it is. We get ready to watch the replay on it. It's one of those plays where Merna defensive back, he was there, but he can't make the tackle. Open field tackle is very important. When he missed that tackle, and there was no one there until he got to the 2-yard line before he made contact with him. By then, his momentum carried him into the end zone.
Now 20-6, Dodge with the lead over Anselmo-Merna. And they'll go for another 2-point conversion.
That's one of the plays right there. You want to tell your defensive back, when you have a guy, wrap up. Don't let him get away.
Eichmeyer stiff arms his way in there. 2-point conversion is good. 22-6. Now Dodge clicking the scoreboard at 9:56 in the first half of play.
There you go. You see Eichmeyer. He stiff arms the guy right there at 2-yard lines and does the rest on his own.
He can just demoralize a defense because you think, all right, now we got to worry about this big number 60 Pieper coming at us on these counter trap plays. And if we pinch a little bit toward that, you know what happens? Eichmeyer just busts to the outside and rumbles off a 25-yarder on us.
I think that's where Dodge has an advantage. They have 2 guys in the game that are threats right now. As you can see, rushing the ball, Dodge has 97 yards to Merna 26 yards. So, like I said, establishing the running game is what's going to win this game on a day like this because it's wet out there, the field's wet, so you're not going to see too much passing.
First quarter statistics brought to us by Coca-Cola. That first down total is especially depressing to Todd Hoyt on the Anselmo-Merna sideline because he wanted the drives that would grind out and get first downs. Eichmeyer's boot. Coinson has it. 33-yard line and out of bounds. Good return for John Coinson, and Anselmo-Merna now with some high purpose needs to put together a drive and get it in the end zone. Their offense has been shut down ostensibly. The 6 points came on the opening kickoff when Eichmeyer lost his balance. The ball sailed over his head, and the Coyotes covered it in the end zone for a score.
And there, here you see on the kickoff return, Coins finds the lane, but there you see Corey Eichmeyer. He also plays some defense. You see the two top rushers in this game going one-on-one there.
First down from the 32. Coinson at the top of the eye. Larson struggling. He'll lose a half a yard. Good work over there on the defensive front for Dodge by Tyler Paulson, number 32. Not much room for Larson. Coinson is a guy who is hoping for a big day today. 2,000-yard rusher, and I would hope that the Dodge Pirates understand that it's his birthday today, Tommy Frazier, so they ought to let him run a little bit easier than perhaps if it wasn't his birthday. I mean, you're gonna be nice to somebody, you want to be nice to him on your birthday.
Well, that's one thing. If this game wouldn't have fell on his birthday, then they would have probably been nice to him. But this is for the state championship, so whether it's his birthday or not, they're not gonna let him run all over him today.
They didn't treat him like a birthday boy on that play. He had to stretch the body to try and make up for the lost half yard and add 2 more. So it's 3rd down and 8. Move the football to the 34-yard line. Anselmo-Merna, its own territory. We may need to see the arm of Brandon Miller before long. You'd hope that a 2,000-yard rusher like Mr. Coinson could shake free, but you don't want to be down on the scoreboard too many scores before that happens.
Yeah, right now that Dodge defense is playing extremely well. They know what they want to do. They want to go out there and just maintain this game. Oh, there you have a screen pass out that way. Oh, the guy just tripped up out there.
DeRee caught the pass, but he couldn't get free from Stecker, who came over and submarined him down prior to the first down stick. It's 4th down and 4.
And when that play started, you looked like it was going to be a big play because you had 3 blockers out there on 2 defenders, but one of the defenders slipped through and made the tackle for a minimal gain.
4th down 4, clock ticking. Actually, he was out of bounds, so the clock is out at 8:24 to play in the first half. 22-6. This team is down. They're going to go for it on 4th down. It's the title game. Miller throwing for DeRee. He can't handle it. Good coverage. Stecker got over there, and Eichmeyer too, and DeRee could not haul it down, and they turn it over. Tough moment for Anselmo-Merna, Tommy. They got to give up the football on their side of midfield. They didn't get the first down that they needed to have. So here we go with Dodge with a short field.
But right now you saw a gutsy call by the coach then going for the 4th down. But in a situation like this, you still have a whole half to play. Kick the ball away and let your defense go out there and try to stop pinning them deep in your territory. Right there, you do not want to turn the ball over in your territory and trailing 22-6.
With this guy running free. Flag down. He's finally out of bounds at the 25. This may come back. There'll be some illegal blocking by the white-shirted Pirates. Or perhaps get another bobble on the special teams. With weather conditions like these, the special teams often dictate. So that could be the philosophy that they didn't use, but would be some wisdom employed by others. Well, Eichmeyer is going to have this rush wiped out. They're going to back him up a few.
Right now, you're only trailing by 16 points, and you still have 8 minutes left in this half, and you have 24 minutes left in the second half. So it's too early right now to panic. You have a lot of time. On a day like this, anything can happen. You punt the ball away, they fumble the ball, and you recover the end zone like you did on opening kickoff. So right now, you still have to stay within your game plan and be patient. Even though your offense is not moving the ball successfully right now, you have to keep that confidence in that they're going to finally get it together and start moving the ball.
From the point of the foul, it's 15 yards. First down and 18. Move the football back on the other side of midfield now from the 34. Eichmeyer. Oh, what blocking. Spectacular execution, and then he freelances the rest of it. Give him one block, he's in the clear, and that's all he needs because there's too much athleticism. But look at the point of attack, Tommy Frazier, how they had moved all the Coyotes out.
Well, there he's not even touched before 20 yards down the field. But there's one key thing there: open field tackle, and 2 guys missing open tackles, and they let him have the opportunity to go in the end zone. So I figure right now this Merna defense is real stunned. It doesn't know what hit him right now.
A 46-yard romp for a touchdown out of Corey Eichmeyer, and it is 28-6. with 2 more coming. So much speed. Pieper doesn't make it. Shy by half a yard. He's trying to roll in. 2 Coyotes over there to shut down Brian Pieper, the fullback.
When that play, then Pieper said if he can't run it in, he's going to roll it in, do whatever he can to get in. But someone was going to stop him from rolling.
Now the Coyotes have come to a pretty important time in the ball game. They really got to make this happen.
Yeah, right here they need to respond. You know, they're down 28-6. They need to respond.
Watch how he has set sail after the downfield blocking and wiped out 2 of the Coyotes. And this is Eichmeyer's specialty. Dury couldn't hammer him. He went too high. Needed to belt him below the waist.
Yeah,
out of bounds, it would have shoved him, but instead he just did the tightrope act.
With a guy like Eichmeyer, you can't tackle him up high because he's too strong. You have to get down to his legs and wrap his leg up because I guarantee if you grab someone's leg, they can't run without their legs. So the main thing you want to do on a guy like Eichmeyer is hit him in the legs and try to take his legs away.
He's up to 127 yards on 16 carries, and he has scored twice, and we're just in the first half with at least 1 more Dodge drive this half. The birthday boy, Coinson. He's running hard up to the 21. About a 20-yard return for John Coinson. And down on this board, 28-6. Coyotes going to have to crank it up, and we may see Mr. Miller go upstairs.
Right now, I don't think they need to panic. They still need to stay within their game plan. Even though they're down, they still need to stay within their playing, the game plan, and play the football that they played all season. Even though you're falling behind in the championship game, don't change the game plan because I'm pretty sure if you keep pounding, something's going to eventually happen for you.
Larson and Coinson make up the eye behind Brandon Miller. 1st and 10 from the 22. Coyotes on their own side of midfield. Larson. He breaks through. Nearly gets out of the grasp of Eichmeyer, but he reels off 14. He wouldn't be denied on that carry as Larson just kept churning, and then finally nobody was left to have a hand on him.
Yeah, as you see, when he first got the ball, it was like he was going nowhere. It was like everything just stopped, but he kept those legs going, and there he breaks free, but Corey Eichmeyer was there to stop him from going all the way. But there was a great effort by Nate Larson there.
I think the Coyotes could learn something from Eichmeyer's tackle. Go low. If he gets Larson high, Larson might break through it. 1st down from the 34. 7.5 in the half. Miller completes the pass. There, Kyle Cantrell out of the backfield gets it. He might have been interfered with, so a flag is down. Cantrell makes the reception, and he's out of there.
Yeah, then even though he still called the ball, the defensive back did hit him a little early. But I think that maybe they're going to take the penalty since you get more yards for pass interference then. So right now, see what they're doing, they're sticking with their game plan, and things are starting to happen. You don't want to panic. Just stay confident and patient that your team is going to come through.
And you get the feeling that if they're able to throw the football effectively on this drive, get down the field and score, then the next drive, Mr. Coinson might have a little more daylight.
Exactly. What happens is they're going to throw the ball and try to spread that defense out, try to spread them out, because right now they're inside because they haven't established their passing game. So when they establish that passing game, then that's going to open it up for Coinson, and maybe he can have a big day.
They move the football inside the 30 to the 29.5. The flag, the first flag against the defense of Dodge. They had 1 flag for holding on their last scoring drive. The first flag on their defense gives a 1st down to Anselmo-Merna. Miller for Larson. Touchdown, Anselmo-Merna.
And there it is again. They went to the pass game. They stay within their game plan. They didn't try anything special. They went and did the things they've done all season. Got Nate Larson out one-on-one against a linebacker and hit him in stride for a touchdown. So right now they don't need to panic. They still in this football game. Just keep their confidence and stay calm. And like I said, you still have a lot of time left in this game.
Only the 6th reception of the year for Nate Larson, but a scoring pass of 29 yards, and it is 28-12. They'll go for 2. Coinson looking for a block. He gets across the pylon for the 2-point conversion and a new ball game. 7:05, second period, 28-14 as Coinson caps off the long TD pass with a 2-pointer.
Yeah, and there you go again. It's just a simple toss sweep, and Coinson does his best to run the corner, but there you see it again, guy tackling high. If you want to stop a guy at this level of football, you have to wrap those legs up, because if you wrap them high, you're still giving them opportunity to still move their legs.
They utilize the fullback more in the passing game in 8-man football than in any other version, except for maybe weekend pickup. Look at how he got down the field. The big lunk got down the field. Beautiful catch, nice hands. And across the goal line he goes for his first receiving score of the year. Nate Larson, 195-pounder. Had a couple of his tackles broken on Dodge's last TD drive. That was a nice, pretty pass for Miller, a dynamite pass for Miller, as a matter of fact. His 30th touchdown toss of the year. More problems as the ball is along the ground, and Eichmeyer finally gathers it. Reverses his field. This is a problem for Anselmo-Merna. Look at that speed. Not able to cut, but what a return up to the 35.
When that play started off, you feel that they weren't going to return the ball maybe 5-6 yards. But when you got a guy like Corey Eichmeyer returning the ball, anything can happen. As you can see here, he picks the ball up around the 10-yard line. He comes to the left side. There's nothing there, but he's right there. He breaks the tackle. He cuts back over there. He's running down the field. There you see he uses his speed right there, but right here he tries to cut back, and like you can tell the footing was a problem. Then he couldn't cut back.
He's got the Jets. First down from the 35. Stecker and Pieper, a stutter step. He gets to the outside and rumbles for 11. Flag down, may have been belted too late. That'll be another 15.
Well, this is what Merna didn't want to see. They go down and score, and then give Dodge the opportunity to come back down and move the ball down the field. First play, they get a first down, but then you have a penalty that you might think that against Merna for a late here, but we're just gonna wait to see what the call is.
The preliminary indication is that this is going to hurt. Personal foul. As the referee, Tom Barry, shows us. And Dodge gets a free 15 tacked onto the 11. So a 26-yard play altogether. And it is 1st and 10 at the Merna 19. Dodge is about ready to answer for the score. They just can't wrap him up very easily. Sure, they threw him for a 1-yard loss, but Eichmeyer probably should have had a 2-yard loss from the first guy.
Yeah, this guy's really showing great tenacity of running the football. He knows what he wants to do, and he's just going there running the ball. He's hard to bring down first contact, and that's what you like to see in the back. Don't go down for first contact. Make 3 or 4 guys hit you before you finally go down.
That's the second time he's been able to throw off Ryan Murray. Number 5. 2nd down and 11. Going to try it once more. Got a great block on the play. A super block by Wisniewski and almost a first down. It'll be very close. Wisniewski, number 99, was blocking down ahead of that play, as we'll see, and it just freed up Eichmeyer to cut back toward the middle of the field.
And there you have it. They go to that bread and butter play again. They look counter trap where they fake one way and hand it off the other. There he has a block, and look at it. See, he's not even touched for 3 or 4 yards down the field, and he came up just shy of the first down.
3rd down, less than 1. Ball inside the 20. As the action comes in chunks. Pieper, stutter steps, gets the first down to the 18. It's a ferocious ground game. They just are so effective at running the football. Their guys block well. They hold their blocks well. And there's just not enough traffic over there to slow them down. And once they get past the line of scrimmage, they've got enough speed and power to either break a tackle or take it all the way.
And that's what you want when you have 2 backs back there. One that has the power, another one has the speed and the looseness to get to the outside and make people miss. So right now, Dodge is using their backs perfectly. One for power, another for to get the bounce, hop outside, and just to make it just a change up.
Coinson and Mowry together on that hit. Mowry is into the lineup in replacement of Trent Russell, who left in the first quarter with an injured leg. 4:55, First half, 28-14 Dodge. Looking for more. The nose of the football is at the 8-yard line. Pieper fumbles, and Coinson may have it. He does. Merna gets a turnover.
That's right on that play. I don't think Pieper even knew that he had the ball, you know, because he was running through it like he was blocking, and the quarterback put the ball in his stomach, but he didn't know that he was getting the ball. I guess it's supposed to have been an option read or something where you have the opportunity right here. See, as you can see, I don't think he even knew that he had the ball. The ball came loose, Coinson saw the ball on the ground and hopped on it. So there's one birthday gift for the birthday boy today.
And at 4:41 to play, first half of action. Merna at its own 7-yard line, down 14, though, with the ball. A shovel pass to Coinson. This is going to work. He's riding his downfield blocker all the way out to the 31-yard line.
And that was a great call in that play. It was a shovel pass. Get the defense in, as you can see right here on the replay coming up. You drop back, you fake it, get the defense in and commit to you, then pitch it up underneath. And he had 3 guys out there blocking for him. Ackmeyer did a great job of moving around back there, not giving the guy a free chance to wrap him up, tie him up so the guy can get to the outside.
If Larson hadn't lost his footing, he might have been able to block Ackmeyer 1 or 2 more footsteps and spring Coinson. As it is, they move it out to the 32-yard line. And a first down at 4:18 to play in the first half. Another shovel pass. Oh no, Miller keeps it. And Larson's his target, and it is intercepted by Ackmeyer. He overthrew the football. Double coverage down there. Good defense by Dodge, and Ackmeyer swipes it away.
Well, if you don't want to see that happen, you cause the turnover down deep in your territory. You're on the nice drive, and then here it is, you throw an interception. That's right then. You want to take the turnover that Dodge made and take it down and get points out of it to change the whole momentum.
You can see the idea was good off the drawing board because we thought that Coinson had it, but here is the overthrow into double coverage. That was a nice interception too. That wasn't right in his hands. 4:09 as we change possessions. Stecker up top. No, it's a screen to Pieper. Anselmo crowd yelling for a clip on 44 Larson trying to make it, but as it is, he turns in a 10-yard gain, finally finished off on the play by Mowry.
And that was a great pursuit by Mowry. You know, right there, he takes the fake, he saws what happened, so first, the main thing you do is turn and run. The guy cut back and he cut right back into him.
Ackmeyer up to 127 at last count. 2 scores plus an interception. He had 8 touchdowns in the semifinal win. To the 34. He got the first down on 2nd and 2. Larson gets together with his teammate Duran Jacobson.
Well, here you see it again. After the turnover off a running play, Dodge said, hey, we're not going to go away from my game plan. We're going to run the ball at him. We're going to run the ball at him. As you see this game, I think they only thrown the ball maybe 4 times at the most.
It is 1st and 10 at the 35. He doesn't seem to ever get tired. 4 more. A pile of red shirts have to stop him. DeRee gets him. 28-14, 14-point lead for Dodge as we move under 3 minutes in the first half. But he can run inside, he can run outside. The only thing we haven't seen is any options so far.
So right now, I don't think you're gonna see any options. They're having so much success with running the ball at the middle. Why run the option?
Stecker doesn't need to throw, but when he does, he's got Wisniewski out there. Good for a first down. On the reception, Rolfe the other end. So the ball is across midfield now to the 35-yard line of Anselmo-Merna. The passing totals continue to be impressive, not overwhelming, but it's the rush total of Dodge that looks so ominous. 213 yards on the ground, 4 more. as Pieper cannot be handled until he gets 11.5 for 12 more.
And there you see it again, the guy trying to tackle high. These guys, when you try to tackle a running back, you can't tackle around the neck. You have to get at those legs. Because as you can see, a great example right here, Pieper takes the ball, ducks and dodges. He jumps on one guy, but you see a guy try to tackle him high, and what happens? He jumps right, he throws him off, and he keeps going.
The effectiveness that he is having today has to be terribly beneficial to Eichmeyer, and Tommy, we'll talk about that in a second. 1st down and 10. Into the lineup, but not for much. That's a fresh back for Dodge. He is Tyler Paulson. But when Pieper is able to run the football effectively, what does that do for Eichmeyer?
Well, it takes a lot off Eichmeyer, you know, because when you have one guy running the ball aggressive, and he's your premier back, and then you got to have the fullback also being effective, and that makes it much more easy, because then teams can't just stack up against Eichmeyer. They're gonna have to say, well, this guy's been effective all day. We're gonna have to play him too, so it making the defense stay honest towards the running game.
Paulson only got one as he gave Eichmeyer a breather. We have a timeout on the field. Look at these Dodge High Pirates. Cornhusker Conference champs. 2-time state champions. We were impressed looking at the numbers that Eichmeyer has piled up. We talked about how many yards, and my God, it's incredible. 8,000 yards over 4 years, and at any level, that's huge. But there have been some fine players in the history of Class D1. Jeff Makovica, anybody ever heard of him from East Butler? He scored 106 points in 1989 Class D football, D1 football. But there have been a number of outstanding players that have come through the 8-man classes. And Eichmeyer, with his 24 touchdowns in 1996, has the all-time individual season record. But the rushing totals are staggering. Timeout is over. They are adjusting the face gear of Dodge lineman Jesse Kroenke. And now Jerry Stecker is under center with 9 yards to cover. This guy can get him for you. Almost. He gets 7 of the 9, inching the football toward the 15.
There you go. You see the slash and run style of Corey Eichmeyer again. You know, he takes the ball up the middle, as you're getting ready to see here on the screen. He takes the ball. He takes the handoff from the quarterback. There he sees the hole, so he cuts back and hits it for a 7-yard gain. That's something that you really can't coach. It's just something the running back has to have.
Minute 10 to play in the half. Eichmeyer skittering through. No problem. Another touchdown, his 3rd of the afternoon.
There you see again, just a strong, aggressive running by Corey Eichmeyer. This guy may not be the biggest guy in the world, but he's very hard to bring down at the first contact. Here, there's that counter play again. Right there, he slips away from one guy, stiffs on another guy off from for a touchdown. This guy, he's not the biggest, but he's hard to bring down.
He is definitely a Division II prospect, and if he can get lucky, build himself up a little more physically, why not walk on here? Why not be as effective as a guy like John Vedrill? 2-point conversion attempt. It is complete and good to the end on the play, Nick Hunke. That brings our score to 36-14. Dodge with the lead over Anselmo-Merna. They are able to convert that interception into a touchdown as the quarterback Brandon Miller overthrew. Then they got it down in position for this 2-point conversion attempt after the Eichmeyer score. Big, tall Hunke. 1:05 to play.
That kind of hurts, giving up a touchdown right before the half ends, but you still have 1:05 seconds. There's still plenty of time for Merna to drive down and get some points, but they will not like going trailing by 22 points at halftime.
Now, Coach Todd Hoyt said, I hope he doesn't score 8 touchdowns. He may not score 8, but he's off to a good start at it. He's got 3. Probably won't get another one unless he returns an interception or so at the end of this half. But 8 touchdowns in a single game is astounding. 3 here in the half has been lethal enough for Anselmo-Merna as Dodge bolts out to a big lead. Only 2 points.
Technically, if you want to say 3 touchdowns, you might as well say 4, because his fumble caused Merna to get their first 6 points on the board. So he could be well on his way to 8 touchdowns for total.
We'll have a touchback as the ball sails over Coinsen's hands. 15-yard line. So the Coyotes are going to put it in play.
There you have a little happy future football fan there. sitting in either granddad's or dad's arm watching the game with his big winter coat on.
Nice of him to bring him out on a day like today. Only 42 yards rushing for Anselmo-Merna. We've got 1:05 to play in the first half. That total's got to change in a hurry. This guy can do it. John Coinson, 2,000-yard rusher in his own right, up to the 21.
Coinson, he hasn't been able to break the big run. They've been containing him real well. Right here, you see he sees opening for just a split second, but that speed on that Dodge defense is closing the ground on him quickly.
Which brings us to 2nd down and 4 at the 21. Larson is the I-back, then Coinson. Brandon Miller is the trigger man. Gets himself a first down, bolts ahead for about 10 up to the 30. Kills the clock for the moment at 22 seconds.
But if Merna wants to get some points on the board right now I think it'd be a good time to call a timeout and stop the clock. Because see, once the referee blows whistle, the clock rolls again. So if you're trying to put points on the board, call a timeout right here. Or maybe they're just playing conservative and just trying to run the clock out, trying to run the first half out.
10 seconds, just 9 seconds. That'll do it for the first half. Corey Eichmeyer's Dodge Pirates, 2 times champion of Class. It is halftime with Anselmo-Merna. The Coyotes down on the big board by a score of 36-14. The Dodge Pirates, 2 times champion of Class D1, out in front. And here are the first half highlights.
Here are the first half highlights brought to you by First Bank.
Pay no attention to the big numbers on the field. That's for the 100-yard field. It's on the ground. Eichmeyer can't get to it. That is a free football. He scoops it up. He is around the 1-yard line, the 2-yard line. He fumbles the ball. It's in the end zone, or it should be a touchdown. That should be a touchdown for Anselmo-Merna, and it is. Just to the right of the left side hash mark. Untouched. Eichmeyer with TD number 66 on 96. The first touchdown came after they muffed the opening kickoff, did Dodge, and Anselmo-Merna was on in the end zone. Deeper scores it. No trouble as the fullback pops in his 21st touchdown of the year. 2nd and 3 at the 25. 10 minutes in the half. Keeper, a screen pass, breaks a tackle of Miller. He may get there. He does! Touchdown, Dodge! First down and 18, move the football back on the other side of midfield now from the 34. Eichmeyer, oh, what blocking. Spectacular execution, and then he freelances the rest of it. Gives a first down to Anselmo-Merna. Miller for Larson. Touchdown, Anselmo-Merna.
That's something that you really can't coach. It's just something the running back has to have.
Minute 10 to play in the half. Eichmeyer skittering through. No problem. Another touchdown, his 3rd of the afternoon. Pretty hard to hold a good man down, Tommy Frazier, and they have not been able to do that. The number 40 right there in the middle of your screen has been very productive, but that should come as no shock to anybody who knows Class D1 football, as he has rushed in his career for over 8,000 yards, and he has piled up so many here in the first half of play.
Well, coming into the game, everyone knew that Corey Eichmeyer was going to get the ball, but it was up for that Merna defense to stop him. So far, early in the game, they were able to do it, but he's found the key ingredient to break through that defense, and right now he has a 160-some yards rushing in the first half, so he's well on his way to rushing for 200, maybe even 3.
Merna has to be a bit frustrated because the Coyotes haven't been able to rush the football very effectively. In fact, they've only rushed it for 63 yards in the first half of play, and they came into this game having rushed for over 3,400 as a team. So they fully expect to get chunks and chunks of yardage on the ground, and that has not happened. And their passing game, which was very respectable, they had thrown for over 1,500 yards coming into this game. They don't have a lot of passing numbers either. That one long throw to Larson has been the best. So really, it's a ball club that just hasn't been able to click offensively in this first half of play. The turnovers haven't been much of a problem. Each team has lost one. But at the same time, the ball club turned the ball over once. We had an interception thrown by Miller, quarterback of Anselmo-Merna, and then, of course, the fumble by Pieper there late in the first half by Dodge. But turnovers haven't been a problem. Penalties haven't been as much the problem. But Dodge has been so deft defensively. They took momentum, or offensively, they took momentum and seized it from the outset and after the muffed kick, and have not relinquished it since.
Yeah, after that muff kick, and Merna scored their touchdown. Dodge took momentum right away. They came down and responded with 2 quick touchdowns. And that's one thing you have to do if you're going to be a championship team. When you make a crucial mistake early in the game, you have to come back on the field, step on the field, and say, hey, we made a mistake. Now let's go back out there and play the type of football that we played all season long to get us here to this game. Dodge has been able to do that, but Merna hasn't been able to respond.
18 first downs for the Pirates, just 7 for the Coyotes. The 247 yards rushing, so lethal for Anselmo-Merna's defense. And you see the passing yards, and each team has the 1 turnover. Our Coca-Cola first half statistics. So what can happen here? It's 36-14. It looks pretty grim, but it isn't necessarily grim, because if Anselmo-Merna can come out, they're going to get the ball to start the second half. If they can come out, put together a drive, get into the 20s, then you've only got a 2-touchdown ball game, and an 8-man football, that really isn't much, because there's no stopping a team once they get some momentum rolling offensively.
Yeah, this game is a long ways from being over. You still have 2 full quarters need to be played. They're only down 3 touchdowns. So what they need to do is come out and just establish some momentum, establish that they're going to play, score maybe one, maybe 2 touchdowns this quarter, and stop Dodge a couple times. And this is going to be turned into an interesting ball game.
Dodge defense may be a little underrated in this ball game. They didn't have much success early in the season. In fact, they were finding their way early in the year. They were just 2-2 after the first 4 games, but then they reeled off 8 straight victories, primarily on defense. If you look at how their season has gone, the loss to Lee and the loss to Humphrey St. Francis, sandwiched in between wins over Lindsay Holy Family and Newman Grove. But then Howells, Meade, Clarkson, Humphrey, Clarkson again, St. Ed, Meade, and Friend all fell in succession to the 2-time defending champs from Dodge. Coach Gordon Pillmore hopeful that his team can get a 3rd straight title, but wondering if they've been on borrowed time for a long time. His team has really responded after losing some key seniors. And the seniors on this ball club will be sorely missed, Wisniewski and Eichmeyer. It'll be awfully tough for them to return next year to the title game after Eichmeyer's departure. So they're going to try and get this 3rd in a row, this championship 3rd in a row for the Dodge Pirates.
Yeah, that's one thing that's always hard to do is when you lose key seniors as Dodge is going to lose this year, is to find someone who can step in, not do the same things, but just keep the team rolling on, not put up the same number, but just be effective.
Yeah, there were some who thought maybe we would shut down the Husker program after you left. I mean, there's no way anybody's going to be able to duplicate what Frazier did. But they didn't do it, and look at them. They're almost right up there back at the top again.
Well, that's one thing that no program wants to do. They're not going to shut down because they lose great players or athletes who helped to win so many games, but they just want to keep the tradition going, keep the program going, and so far Nebraska has been able to do it this year, and Dodge is going to be able to do it next year.
Dodge brings it down to a birthday boy. John Coynes, celebrating his birthday today, his 18th, weaving through Pirates up to the 25-yard line. So we'll see what kind of moxie the Coyotes can muster up here. Anselmo-Merna trails 36-14 with the opening series of half number 2 forthcoming. I'll check the offense for you in a second. The quarterback is Brandon Miller. Halfbacks are John Coynesden and Nate Larson. Larson lines up at a fullback position here out of the I formation. Best receiver is Chad Duree, number 89. First down for Anselmo-Merna. And Coynesden finds the going difficult. Over there, he is arrested by Nick Hunke. Number 87, Nick Hunke, and no gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, this first drive of the half is going to be critical for Merna. It will tell you what type of enthusiasm they have. If they come out and drive the ball down the field and get some points, not even get points, but just drive the ball down the field to sustain a great drive, then it's going to be a great half for Merna. But if they don't, then it could be a long second half.
Most 8-man teams are not accustomed to second and long situations, but Anselmo-Merna has faced a lot of them today. A toss down the field. He's got his man. This is going to be a touchdown for Anselmo. Oh, he's dragged down at the 1-yard line. A terrific reception for Anselmo-Merna, as coming out of the backfield was Kyle Cantrell, and he was tackled on the play. Trailing it beautifully was Eichmeyer. It took every ounce of speed, but what a throw by Miller.
Yeah, that was an excellent throw by Miller. As you can see here, he play action pass faking. He just threw the ball and hit the guy right in stride, and he just didn't have enough spin, but you saw Corey Eichmeyer come from nowhere, make a tackle at the half-inch yard line, but it was just a great execution on that play by Merna that time.
Cantrell lugs the football down to the 1-yard line as Anselmo-Merna comes out blazing, and coins and crashes across the goal line for 6.
And after the halftime speech by a coach, that is what you want your team to do. When you're trailing, you want your team to come out, take the opening drive down, and put points on the board. They did a great job. There's great emotional speech by the coach at halftime.
They did exactly what he had in mind. Seized the momentum. It's now 36-20, and the red and white of Anselmo-Merna will go for the 2-pointer. Try and make this a 14-point ball game. Miller going to use his arm again, and why not go to Cantrell again? He has it. Alone was Kyle Cantrell, and we got a new ball game. Tommy Frazier, 36-22, at 10:49 to play in third quarter action, and that is the arm of Brandon Miller that strung together 78 completions for 1,454 yards and now 31 touchdowns on the year.
And this goes back to the first half when Merna went forward on 4th and 1 or 2 deep in their territory, 7 minutes left in the ball game. And that time I felt they should have punted the ball. And who knows, if they would have punted the ball, they could have only been down by 7 points, because as you know, in that drive, Dodge took it down and scored a touchdown. So right now, that situation in the first half is playing a critical part in this game right now, from being down 14 to being down 7.
We shall see if the Merna defense, which had been very consistent during the year, which has been physical, overpowering in many ways. It does not have the speed of some D2 teams, Class D1 or D2 teams, as 3,104 are in the stadium today to watch this Class D1 title game. Even though it doesn't have the speed of some, it's so physical and so aggressive. And we'll see if this ball club can seize momentum and keep it, as they were unable to do in the first half. One of the up men fields the football, and returning it, I believe, is Pieper. Yep, Pieper carries the football, number 60, up to about the 29-yard line. So good field position with which to begin this drive for the Dodge High Pirates. Seen their lead sliced to 14, 36-22 at 10:44 to play.
Now it's time for that Merna defense to make a statement. The offense came out, drove the ball down the field, and scored a touchdown. Now it's time for Merna to step up defensively and stop dodging and keep the momentum going.
J.J. Stecker fakes to the fullback, gives to Eichmeyer. He cannot shake the tackle this time of much better tackling by Ryan Mowry, who may have gotten an earful by one of the defensive coaches at the locker room, saying, "You find number 40's ankles. I don't care what else he has on. I want you to pay attention to his ankles," and he did right there on that play.
Well, I'm pretty sure that whole Merna defense heard it from the coaches, because the first half they didn't do a pretty good job of wrapping up and tackling Eichmeyer or Pieper, but right now in the second half looks like they're aiming more for the legs than they are the upper body.
2nd and 7. The dump pass is incomplete. Healthy pressure applied to the quarterback by Myrna's 63, Deron Jacobson. And the pass was let go too early for a completion. Now 3rd and 7, just what Anselmo-Merna needed at 10-12 in period 3.
But right now they need to stop him on his down, right on 3rd down, and force him to punt and get that offense back on the field, and just let the offense take over this game. You know, defense, all they need to do is play consistent this half. Offense looks like they're ready to move the ball this half.
Dodge at its own 32. Give it to Eichmeyer, and he's not going to get the first down. This time they find him, and Anselmo-Merna, 3 downs, yielding just 4 yards. It's 4th down now with a penalty flag, and this may be against the Pirates. It's holding on Dodge. They'll probably disregard the penalty and boot it away so that Merna can get it.
As you can see there, that defense is really fired up the second half. You know, first half they came out real flat, but the second half they're ready to go.
The referee, Tom Barry, says we will decline the penalty. It is 4th down and 6, and we'll see Pieper in punt formation. Deep to receive for Anselmo-Merna is James Golden and John Coinson. Clock moving, 10 minutes in the 3rd. Here's the snap in the boot. Golden lets it go, and that is a bad mistake. It is out of bounds at the 11. It cost him 11 yards of field position, as the coaches really want their kids to field the punts.
Yeah, there's a difference between playing on grass and playing on this AstroTurf. On the grass, the ball hit and die. On this AstroTurf, you never know. The ball can take a high bounce, it can take a low bounce. And as you saw then, he let the ball hit the ground and take a high bounce over his head and then roll down the field for additional 5-6 yards on that punt. So on the AstroTurf, you want to try to field as many punts as you can, because if you don't, then things can happen, terrible things can happen to you.
And Golden comes off the field, and he gets some 1-minute managing by the head coach. Here's Brandon Miller. 1st down and 10, 12-yard line. Anselmo-Merna in its own territory. John Consum counters off the right and then back up the middle. He gets about 3. He's to maybe the 15. No, just shy of the 15-yard line. Give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Anselmo-Merna's lowest point total this year was the 14 they scored in the first half of their season opening loss to Mullen. Since then, it's been a different ball club. 2nd and 8. Miller keeps, and then to Coinson, and he is spilled in the backfield. Super play by Stecker to take care of business.
The first time you saw either team trying to run an option, I guess both teams know that each team want to run an option, so I guess they're going to try to run more options, try to open it up, middle up more the second half. But right then, and then the option that time wasn't that successful.
Huddling at the 15, Anselmo-Merna with their fans looking on to the line of scrimmage. That's the 15-yard line, where it is 3rd down and 7. I formation for Brandon Miller. Play action faking again. Has his man, DeRee, for a 1st down, up across the 25 to the 29.
Yes, and he was covered very, very tightly by Corey Agmar, but somehow the ball found its way to his body, and he caught it for the 1st down.
So Merna keeps it moving. This drive started at the 11. It has progressed 18 yards. It is now the 29-yard line. 36 to 22. Dodge with the lead. But so far, Anselmo-Merna has outscored the Pirates 8-0 here in half number 2, and we are almost halfway through it. Miller going to try it again upstairs. Lots of time. His man is open. Coinson advances the ball for another 1st down across midfield and into Dodge territory to the 36-yard line.
I think the second half, you're seeing a different game plan from this Merna offense. First half, they tried to run the ball, and they weren't having very much success. Now they're throwing the ball a little bit more. So maybe if they throw the ball a little bit more, then when they finally do go back to the run, the middle will be open where they have good 5, 6, 7-yard gains. But as you can see right there, there's a great block on the play. It sprung in for an additional 4 or 5 yards.
And we're still waiting for Coinson to burst into the scene. He rushed for 2,100 yards this year. 1st down from the 36. Miller going to stay with the pass, but he has a problem with Stecker, who is blitzing from his cornerback spot, and he throws him for a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, Dodge came with a defensive blitz there. It was a perfect call at the right time, because they did have Merna did have a receiver down the field, streaking down the field wide open, and the quarterback, as he got ready to throw the ball, he was hit from the back. But this is great defensive call by Dodge defensive coordinator there.
From the backside, they drop him for a 7-yard dump, and it means 2nd down and 17. Miller trying to shake off the effects under center. Going to pass it again. This one is intercepted. A flag is down. Wisniewski picked off the ball, but he danced along the sideline. They will say he was out of bounds, so no play, but now the penalty.
Well, I think we're going to get pass interference on this play. The guy from up here, he did like he hit the guy a little too early, so it might be a pass interference on this call. You have to wait and see, and that's what the initial call is, pass interference on Dodge.
There's some contact.
don't think it's enough to give him first down, but it'll put him in the short, maybe 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3.
Our referee, Tom Barry, has discussed all of the options. And now he is prepared to advance the ball inside the Dodge 30 to the 28 and a free down out of it. So it'll be 2nd down now and about 2.5. For the line of scrimmage, 15 yards. I beg your pardon, an automatic first down. I beg your pardon, automatic first down. So it is 1st down and 10. Ball at the 28-yard line. Anselmo-Merna over it. In the red uniforms, the big red of Anselmo-Merna against the blue and white of Dodge. Brandon Miller doing well at the quarterback position. A draw play to Coinson. He got some blocking. Inside the 20 and is bowled down at the 16. Finally finishing him off was Tyler Paulson and Stecker, but Coinson, the first draw play we've seen today, and it worked like a charm.
Well, you see a new team out there this half by this Smyrna offense. First half, they weren't moving the ball very effectively, but the first 2 drives this half, they're just pushing the ball right down Dodge's throat.
They're up to 72 yards rushing, but they've controlled the football. The time of possession has worked as their ally in this period. 1st down. A busted play, and Miller is gobbled up alive. Stecker came in and blasted him. It was a broken play as the running back who was supposed to get it did not. And Brandon Miller was all alone.
Well, I don't think this is a broken play. I think this is a design play. As we look at the replay, here it is. He faced like he's going to give it to him, and he keeps it. As soon as he turns around, they had a great blitz call, and the guy met him as soon as he turned around. He didn't have much to do. He didn't have much running room.
Lost 2 yards on the deal. Now it's 2nd and 12 from the Dodge 18. Running play for Coinson. He is wrapped up back at the original line of scrimmage. That's good work by Nick Emanuel, number 75. Not quite, anyway. Maybe half of that. So it's 3rd and 10.5.
Well, as you can see, I think Merna's going away from what got him down here. The little short passes out in the flat draws and stuff like that. They're trying to power the ball back in again, but I don't think this Dodge defense has loosened up enough for them to try to power it at him straight up the middle.
36-22, Dodge with a lead, 5:22 to play, 3rd quarter. Miller gives to the fullback, Nate Larson. Tries to back his way for forward yardage inside the 15 to about the 14. But that is still shy of the first down by roughly 8.
Brings up 4th and long. What do you do? Well, 4th down, do your play action pass. Yep. Do you when you have guys crossing, that what got you down the field. They stick with that. Don't change it up right in the middle of a drive, because then you start having problems. Stick with what you got. Has been successful so far this half.
See if that's what they do on 4th and 8 from the 14, Tommy Frazier. Brandon Miller. Toss play to Coinson. Going to throw it back against the grain for Miller. The ball is patted down on a beautiful defensive play by the quarterback, DB J.J. Stecker. That was a great idea. Miller was open. Pass slightly underthrown, and a great job by the DB.
Well, when I first saw the play, I thought it was a bad call, but as play developed, you saw that the quarterback, he was wide open. It was just Coinson right here. You see the play developing. He has plenty of time to throw the ball. The quarterback is wide open. It's just a great play. You see, it's just a great play by the defensive back there. He made one great play on the play and stopped it. Now it's 1st down Dodge.
Super play call by Todd Hoyt. That's just what they needed on that 4th down play to get the first down, maybe more. Dodge survives as Eichmeyer now has the football, but not much yardage. He is bulldogged down by Matt McGinn, the 250-pound senior, number 64.
And there you see Piper on the carry, but you know one thing, a big guy grabbed him up top. He's not getting away from a big guy.
60, not 40, carrying the football.
And there you see him run right there. He wraps him up. He has him on top of him. He's not getting away from him. The guy said he broke too many tackles in the first half. I was talking about, but he's not getting away from my balls.
Lost half a yard. It means 2nd and 10 of the 14. Stecker off play action. He's gobbled alive. McGinn a second play, and he just throws him like a rag doll.
And there you have McGinn on the sack that time. He just overpowers the guy that was blocking him and was able to get in there and make the sack for a loss.
He's saying, this may be my last half of football ever, and I'm going out in a blaze of glory. That's a drop of 7.5 yards.
As you can see there, he was being blocked, but hey, he didn't care. He was determined to get to the quarterback, and he did. As you can see, you see a different Merna defense this half than what you saw the first half.
3rd and 17 in Dangerville, back at the 7. Backpedaling. Stecker throws a screen, incomplete. This time Larson on a delayed blitz. All over Stecker. The ball is incomplete. They must punt it away.
And there you saw something that you haven't seen, that you didn't see in the first half. Merna blitzing. You know, they didn't have good enough pressure on the quarterback in the first half. So what they decided to do is go in there, we're going to get pressure on him, make him get rid of the ball before he's ready. And when you do that to a quarterback, you see what happens. He either overthrows the balls or throws up for grabs.
Pieper standing 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Knuckleball kick. This time Golden lets it bounce in front of him. It dies at the 39 of Dodge. That is the short side of the field. 3 minutes, 14 seconds, 3rd period, 36-22. Dodge over Anselmo-Merna, Class D1 state championship, 3rd period of play. And the football goes back to the Merna Coyotes, who have owned the doggone thing here in the 3rd quarter. In fact, Dodge has only snapped it 8 times.
Yeah, Merna has played the better half this time, but they're still trailing by 14 points. Right now, they really want to take the ball since they have that momentum on the field and drive and score on this drive right here.
Miller to Coinson, struggling for yardage, and a good gain. He is out of bounds, short of the first down by 4, so he got 6 on first down. Eichmeyer over there to deliver the punch, and Pieper, the 2 backs. And we have an injured Dodge Pirate on the turf. So time is out momentarily at 3:08 to play in the 3rd quarter. Dodge High out of the Cornhusker Conference with an enrollment of 56. Superintendent James Havelka. Principal Dennis Grunke.
Coming from the state of Florida, coming from my high school, we have 56 kids in one class at one period. So that tells you how big Dodge is.
There are 56 members of the first 2 offensive units at Nebraska. Now, J.J. Stecker got the wind knocked out of him. Jerry's going to have to take 1 play off. He's been delivering migraines in this ballgame. Brandon Miller at the controls, faces 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line in Dodge territory. His ball club is down on the board by 14. 3:07 in the 3rd. Larson gets a block from Coinson, but he cannot elude the on-rushing action of Nick Hunke.
And right then, they look like they traded positions then. Coinson out there leading the way for Larson. You don't see that too many times.
Of the 6, he got 4. It's 3rd and 2. Stecker re-enters the lineup for Dodge, and exiting in his place is John Rolfe, who is a starter on offense. 3rd down and 2 at the 31. The ends are tight. The eye for Miller. Coinson pretty good at that short yardage situation. No problem getting the 2. In fact, he tacked on an extra one. So 3 slashing yards for John Coinson and a first down for the Coyotes of Anselmo-Merna.
Like, as you can see, they just played power football right here on 3rd and short. All they needed was 2 yards, so take the ball straight ahead. Don't try anything fancy.
This drive began 12 yards ago at the 39-yard line. It has now reached the 28.
Merna has used up most of the clock this half.
And they've effectively kept the ball out of the hands of Corey Eichmeyer. Miller with time and a deep bomb, and he's got DeRee for the touchdown.
That's what Merna coach wanted, you know. Got the ball in great field position, take it down and score. You know, now the score is now 36-28. There's 1 minute and 58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, so this is a turn to a heck of a ball game.
DeRee open. Miller has been pinpoint accurate. This in stride. A bullet to the big 6'5" end, Chad DeRee, and his 22nd touchdown of the year means a 2-pointer coming for Anselmo-Merna, and Uncle Mo is wearing red.
And what you see right now is a tale of 2 games. The first half, Dodge came out very aggressive and took the early lead. Now, you see Merna taking control of the game. Now they're down 8 points, but still a lot of time left in the game. You know, their defense has been playing exceptionally this half. Let's see if they can continue playing that way.
Coinson denied on the two-pointer. It remains an 8-point game, 36-28. And all but 8 snaps in this period have belonged to the red and white of Anselmo-Merna. Again, a terrific look, great pass protection. The rush has not been the same this half, Tommy Frazier, as it was in the first half for Dodge.
Oh, no. Merna went in offensively and made some changes up front with their blocking schemes and be able to pick up that protection. And you see, if you give a quarterback time, he can pick you apart. And this half, that's what the Merna quarterback has done. He has picked his Dodge defensive secondary apart.
DeRee's father was an all-state high school football player in Nebraska, and he has been one of the primary targets of Brandon Miller all year long. So a new contest, as we've had 14 unanswered points scored by Anselmo-Merna in half number 2. Well, this guy can change momentum in a big hurry. Look at him dancing around. Still alive across the 35 to the 36 as Corey Eichmeyer, the record setter.
And you have the premier player on the field right now making something happen. He made 3 or 4 guys miss. But hey, you have to take your hats off to him. He's playing his heart out. Even though his team is struggling right now in the second half, he's still going out there and giving it all he has.
Dodge, to the best of my recollection, has not made a first down in this period, Tommy Frazier.
No, I don't think they have made a first down, but you can benefit that to that Merna defense. They came out and played real aggressive defense this half, not giving up anything.
From the 37, Eichmeyer on the toss sweep. Good blocking, eludes a tackle. McGinn saved a touchdown as he rolls him inside the 30 at the 29. Eichmeyer with some outstanding vision and balance. As we'll see, the point of attack never really happened. He just burst through the line of scrimmage.
And that's what good backs do. When they string it out so far, when there's nothing there, then they find something on there, and they take it. They don't hesitate. When they see a little crease, they explode through it. And look what happened. He gained 12 yards on that play.
Dodge at the 29. Pieper. He's run this for big business this year, and there's 13 more. Those counter plays with everyone looking at number 40 means usually a highway for number 60.
And Dodge is doing exactly what they coach wanted them to do. Okay, they've given up 2 touchdowns this quarter. Now let's come back and respond to that last touchdown and push that lead back up to 14, maybe even 15.
Put the football at the 16, a 13-yard romp by Brian Pieper, and a first down for the Balloon White of Dodge. Eichmeyer following the blocking. This time it doesn't hold up, and he gains only 2 inside the 15-yard line to about the 14. Deron Jacobson, the senior, 215, number 63, does most of the work. Actually give him forward progress to the 12, so a healthy spot. They got 4 yards out of it. Under a minute to play in the 3rd. Could be a wild 4th period here.
There you see a fan drinking some coffee there, so you can tell it's cold out there, cold and wet.
The Anselmo-Merna offense is heating up. Pieper is harassed by Miller and driven out of bounds near the first down marker at the 6-yard line.
It looks like he fumbled the ball initially, but he was so close to the sideline that the ball just kept going out of bounds. So it's a good thing that happened for Dodge then, that when he did fumble, it went out of bounds and not into one of the Merna's hands and stopped his drive.
Remember, in the first half, Dodge coughed it up right around its own 10-yard line. They're going to measure for the first down, and it looks as though he got it. It'll be a first down and goal to go at the 6-yard line. 27 seconds remain to be played in period 3. 36-28. The Dodge Pirates with an 8-point lead. They've got the football. This drive commenced at their own 36-yard line after a fine kick return by Corey Eichmeyer. Jerry Stecker is the quarterback. Pieper, fullback counter play, breaking tackles. He's in there. Struggling for a touchdown, but he gets it in there. Brian Pieper takes back one of those 6-pointers.
Dodge came back and responded to the touchdown that their defense just giving up to driving the ball. It was just basically the power game again. Counter here, sweep there, counter there. And there you see the results of it. Touchdown by Pieper on the last play of the drive.
He is as powerful a 195er as you'll see in high school football, regardless of the class. He's got great feet and a nice blocker. Not an easy job replacing Jeff Uhair, who is the blocker for Eichmeyer for 3 straight years. They go for Eichmeyer, and a 2-pointer, no good. It is 42-28. A 14-point game. I beg your pardon, Pieper carries it again. That's no fair. Eichmeyer ought to carry those after Pieper dragged 3-5 folks into the end zone. But Bryant isn't able to get his nose across the goal line this time.
I guess they say this guy put the ball as far down the field, so he scored a touchdown, so give him an opportunity to put the rest of the points on the board.
Just 22 seconds in the third period. This thing is tightened respectively. 42-28. Dodge responds, as Tommy Frazier told you, and seized the momentum after Anselmo-Merna had electrified their faithful here and had that Coyote dancing for a couple of scores.
All right, Dodge responded to their touchdown. Let's see what Merna can do. You know, their offense has been playing exceptionally this second half. So let's see if they can go down and answer the touchdown that Dodge just put on the board.
See if they try to get that man Coinson shaking loose, running the football, or if they're going to keep going up top as Miller did so effectively to get the ball into the end zone. John Coinson at his 6. Cannot shake Eichmeyer. He is whipped out of bounds at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 with 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. I've been very impressed with the way Anselmo-Merna has made adjustments, Tommy. Even though they gave up some yardage and a score on that last drive, the previous 2 defensively they were dominant.
Well, that's what a coach wants. When you go into halftime, make adjustments, and then you get your team comes back on the field and make those adjustments work.
Miller going to throw it. Has problems. Can't get free this time. Inside the 20 at the 18. As Pieper and his partner in crime, Hunke, converge on the quarterback. That is the end of the third quarter on a sour note for Anselmo-Merna, even though most of the third period was golden.
Right there, that's what you call a coverage sack. You look downfield, he looked downfield, and every one of his receivers was covered, so he had to pull the ball away, and right there he just didn't have enough time. But you give that sack to the defense secondary then, because they did an excellent job in covering the receivers out on the pattern.
Nick Emanuel helping with Hunke and Pieper, and we will return for the fourth quarter right after this for the Nebraska State High School Activities Association. Three of the 4 are in the record books. In the 1996 D1 title game, Dodge looking for a three-peat. They've got the lead of 42-28. Anselmo-Merna has the football. 14-6. Anselmo-Merna outscored Dodge in the third quarter, but more importantly than that, Tommy Frazier, they were able to keep the ball away from Dodge's offense and Corey Eichmeyer except for one drive.
Yeah, when you have a premier back who's running the ball exceptionally well, then you have another guy on that same back who's running the ball well. You want to keep the ball out of their hands, because if you don't, then they can kill you.
Yep. And yes, we are deep into the bunker of the press box. Miller on 2nd and long. DeRee tries to get to it, inbounds, cannot. Nice throw by Miller. DeRee made every effort, but it was beyond the tape.
Yes, he had the guy wide open, but, you know, by being so close to the sideline, the ball just carried it out of bounds, but he still made a completion, but it was incomplete because he was out of bounds when he caught it.
Some arm strength by that quarterback. Senior at 160 pounds, Brandon Miller. It's 3rd and 19, and a pretty important play for Anselmo-Merna. They trail here by 14, 42-28. They got the ball, and Dodge is revving it up on defense. top for a third straight down. He cannot shake. He does break the tackle of Hunky. A flag is down, as we'll have a clip no doubt nailed against Anselmo-Merna, as one of the onrushers was pushed from behind. They may wipe away the flag anyway, as Nick Emanuel was pushed by one of the guards of Anselmo-Merna, and it means fourth down if they elect to decline the penalty, which I'm almost certain that they will, since it'd be 20 yards to cover for the first.
Well, right there, you saw the clip happen, and the referee was standing right there in front of him. He didn't think it was a clip, but you had the referee in the middle of the field throw a flag all the way up. So the main referee didn't see it because he didn't throw a flag, but someone else caught it. So it was a great call by the officiating crew that series, that play.
Headed up by that man, referee Tom Berry. Duree in to boot it. He'll stand at his 6. 2 safeties deep for Dodge. They decline the penalty. It's 4th and 19. 20 seconds gone by in the 4th period. Duree a knuckleball. Eichmeyer in good shape. Real good shape. Outstanding shape. They finally hawk tie him, but not until he gets to the 12-yard line.
Looks like Eichmeyer, he's not getting up. It's like he probably twisted the ankle or twisted the knee on that play. But like as you say, you put your best player back there returning kicks, and look what happened.
And you know that with a line drive kick, when he has 5 yards before the first defender, that's like saying, all right, let's see how far you can return it, Corey. And look at what he does. Dancing and zigzagging and weaving through. This is a kid who loves to play this game.
Yes, he does. He loves going out there, game in and game out, every day in practice, just giving it 100%. And those are the kind of players you like. One, no matter how good he is, he knows that he's one of the better players in the state, but he's still gonna go out there and practice hard to set a good example for the younger players who's gonna be following in his footsteps.
He's gonna try to come off under his own steam. You'll see where he has his ankles twisted up here at the end of the play.
And there you have it. You see, as you can see in the replay, McGuinn kind of, as he was pulling him back, he kind of rolled up on it.
And here he is, refusing aid and assistance.
But he's walking very gingerly on that ankle play.
We have him unofficially for 28 carries, 191 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Teammate Pieper, 13 rushes for 92 yards. He scored twice. Eichmeyer has caught a couple. But by and large, he has just been a tremendous workhorse carrying the football. As has this kid. And the ball is loose. They chase after it. Merna claims it's got it. And they're right.
Well, that's like a questionable call to me. I thought he was down, but you have the officials right there, looking right on the top of the plate. They say the ball came out, so we'll see right here on the replay what actually happened. Up here looks like he was down. There he carries the ball. He's still trying. He's still going. Right there looks like he was down, and the ball came out. So, you know, it's a close call there, but the referees, they're the ones down the field making the call, so they're right.
Dodge has coughed it up twice today inside the Merna 10-yard line, and it's cost him sure touchdowns. 11-11 to go. Anselmo-Merna back out on offense, and here's John Coinson. And if they score a touchdown on this drive, which they very well could do as he gains 7 yards, then we have to consider what the status of Mr. Eichmeyer is, for he would be a critical guy in the last 2 or 3 drives of the ball game, not just on offense, but his speed on defense, as we saw him run down one of the Anselmo-Merna receivers headed for a sure score.
Yeah, as you saw that from recovery, they lost Eichmeyer on the play before, so they had to give it to the next best player, and he turned the ball over. So now this Merna team, who struggled in the last series, has the opportunity to reinstate themselves into this football game.
Larson gets the first down on 2nd and short. Eichmeyer is on the sidelines, being attended to by a team doctor from Nebraska and the training corps of Dodge. Put the football at the 20-yard line. 60 yards away from the end zone at 10:29 to play in the 4th period. 42-28. Dodge currently on defense with a lead over these Anselmo-Merna Coyotes. Coins in the tail of the tandem. Larson is blocking fullback. Miller going to run it. Gets to the corner and dives for an extra 2 yards. He got 8. Submarined out of bounds by John Rolfe, number 25.
what you had then was a fake quarterback switch. You faked him headed off the ball to Coins up the middle, and then you just follow your block, and he has a guard pulling out in front of him. You know, he gets somewhat good block from the guy, but there's just too much pursuit by that Dodge defense, and he couldn't turn the ball up the field. There you see a couple of hunters out here in their hunting equipment enjoying this game.
Actually, those are Dodge fans on the Anselmo-Merna side of the stadium. 2nd and 2. Coinson for the first down. In the way was Dodge corner Clint Eichmeyer, the freshman brother of Corey Eichmeyer. Clint's number 19.
Well, that's what opposing team will hate to see. You know, you get rid of the one brother, and here it is, they have a younger brother, and get ready to fill in his footsteps.
Yeah, the genetic predisposition is not good for the rest of D1 with the Eichmeyers. From the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for Brandon Miller. Golden for the first down. James Golden looked like a pot of gold on that reception.
Yes, he did. And what happened was they sent Cozen in the backfield motion out to the right side to widen that defensive back, and then they just popped him right upstream for a quick hitter, and he gained, what, 15, 20 yards on the play.
The passing game has served the Coyotes beautifully in this second half. They're up to 184 yards through the air by Brandon Miller, this man. Draw play, Coinson slips one, a second one, but not Emmanuel's the third one. On 1st down and 10 from the 33, he gets it to the 32 for 1.
The Dodge defense first half, when they ran that play, it ran for great success, but this half they were all over there. They saw it coming and they just closed in. They didn't attack up the field too much. They saw that they were running the draw and closed right in on it.
The third quarter numbers, you see the rushing yards, still quite a disparity, but the passing yards have been maximized by Anselmo-Merna. Most of those yards have been for big gainers into scoring position. They haven't been the dump passes. Miller throwing for Golden. He is harassed and finished, taken care of by Nick Hunke, number 87. Waiting for him right there, and a flag goes down. This could be unsportsmanlike conduct on Anselmo-Merna.
Well, I think this is a very questionable call. Something like that, I don't think in a situation like this you can't call that. I think what happened on the play was, as you can see here, he fakes it, he hands the ball off, but it was stopped for a short game. Now right here, the guy's kind of frustrated because the play wasn't well success, and he just pretty much just throws the ball out. He didn't intend to do anything, but he just flips the ball away. I think that's a questionable call, and personally, I think what that happened right there is going to probably take the momentum away from Merna and probably be a critical call in this game.
Dead ball foul, so they don't even get to replay the down. It'll be 3rd down now, and the better part of 25 yards.
What officials have to realize that emotions happen late in the game when the team is trying to battle back and something breaks down. Kids going to get emotional because they're playing their hearts out. And umpire referees just have to understand that. And calls like that, they just have to let those plays like that go.
Merna needs a timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 22 as they move the football back to Merna's 29-yard line. Dodge 42, Anselmo-Merna 28, and somebody needs to get that kid a pair of pants. For more reasons than just the fact that it's below 40 degrees outside. (42-28) with just that much time remaining to be played.
Yeah, that's one of those calls that's going to be costly. You know, you never know, but we'll just see how Merna responds to that.
Now this is an angle on the ball game, Tommy, that you probably never saw much.
No, I kind of like this angle because it stops me from going home every Saturday night real sore.
See, now, if you'd been up here a couple of times, you could see where those safeties were.
Oh, yeah, I could see where they were, and I knew what kind of pass to throw. I knew not to throw right to them.
Well, it's 2nd down and 28. I beg your pardon, 3rd down and 28. It was a dead ball foul, so no redos. 3rd and 28, they got basically 2 downs to get a first down to keep this very important drive alive because they're down 14. If they can punch it in on this drive, they'll have about 6 minutes or so, approximately 6 minutes to get the ball back and try to force an overtime. You're going to hear the Dodge folks chanting for the defense. Brandon Miller with a hot hand. Thrown for Coinson, it's incomplete. He actually had Golden wide open on the other side of the field, but he kept with Coinson the whole time. Incomplete now, 4th down and 28.
Well, that's just one of those plays where that penalty really hurt them then. You know, if they had that play call on 3rd down, maybe it would have been more successful. Here it is, 3rd and 28. You have to try to go through for the 1st down. That penalty really hurt him, which I felt that was a questionable call that it never should have been called. But the officials out there, they have their own judgment. He felt that it was something severe, and he called it.
And they may have said to the coaches before the game, look, we're not going to have any tolerance, so tell your guys to keep their tempers. 4th and 28, Duree to boot it. He stands at his 18. Anselmo-Merna hoping for another turnover. They're going to cover this punt. It's going to die inside the 20, and actually sideways at the 20 right there. Golden tags her down, and Dodge gets the ball back. So Merna moved the ball pretty well after they got the fumble, the Pieper fumble, but they weren't able to get into the end zone. And now one time-consuming drive will probably ensure a 3rd straight championship for Dodge.
Yeah, right now, what Dodge is thinking right now is just say, hey, there's 7 minutes, 48 seconds on the clock. We're up 14. Let's chew some of this time off the clock. They say we don't have to take the ball down the scoreboard.
Eichmeyer is back into the ball game with his taped left ankle. There he is, number 40.
Yeah, we don't have to go down and score, but just use as much of the clock as we can.
1st and 10 at the 20. 7:48 to go. Team in blue with a 14-point lead. Here's Eichmeyer being whipped down on a nice open field tackle. Actually, just getting in the way was Duree, and it sent Eichmeyer airborne. He only got one when it looked like he was ready to set sail for another big gainer.
Yes, yeah. As I'm looking along the sideline, if you want to know how cold it is, you see the Chili's over here on the Dodge side, right in front of that big heater to warm it up. So you know it's cold when you see the Chili's heading for the heaters.
They're supposed to stay warm the whole day. He got one at 2nd and 9. Pieper draws a crowd. He's thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
But this Merna's defense is trying everything in their power to stop this Dodge offense from using the clock, using some of the clock. So right now they have them for 3rd and 11, 10, 11 yards. So if they can stop them right here and get the ball back with at least 5 minutes left in the game, they could go down and score. And there you see a picture of Craig Eichmeyer's ankle on the screen, heavily taped. So, you know, this is his last game. He's going to play the whole game no matter what.
How much tape do you think is on his ankle? About 10 yards?
About 10 yards.
They try Eichmeyer on a delay, and Merna was waiting for him. Ryan Mowry there leading the charge. He's finished off. It means 4th down with the clock moving at 6:30 to go. And so far, just what Tommy Frazier mentioned is about to happen. Going to be about 5.5 minutes left. They're going to get the ball probably in good shape. And they've got that much time to get 2 scores on the board. You would expect an onside kick if they do get one. But that's a long if. First, they got to get the football, and they got to score, and that's not been easy. Beautiful spiraling kick, the best one of the playoffs. Coinson going to have a lot of room to travel, and not much place to go.
What was that, about a 60-yard punt?
The best kick that we have seen all year long.
And that spells disaster. That was disastrous for Merna then. You know, they had him pinned back deep, but they're pulling them built and dodge out and pin them deep into Merna's territory. Now Merna has to go pretty much the length of the field to score, and they have 5 minutes, 54 seconds to score 2 touchdowns. But first, they have to get one.
Well, you know, Eichmeyer has piled up some tremendous numbers, but Pieper, who is the punter, has been just as valuable in this game, the fullback for Dodge. Ball on the 6-yard line. Miller must travel 74 yards. Throwing the football, and it is intercepted.
That could cost them the game. There, you pretty much could see it coming. You knew right here as we see on the replay. You will see what he was looking at. You know, he saw right here. He faced the ball. He looks out in the flat. He has nothing. So he's pretty much has his second choice in line when he just eyeing him all the way. But the defensive back did a great play. He was with him all the way. Personally, I think he should never throw the ball. But hey, when you're on the field, you don't see that. You try to do whatever you can to make completion. 25 made a great play on the defensive coverage.
John Rolfe with the interception, number 25. And it puts the Dodge offense back out on the field in good shape, leading by 14, 42-28. And carrying the football, one of the backup running backs, this is Tyler Paulson, a freshman at 154 pounds. Not much, in fact, lost a yard. Critical turnovers. In many ways, it has worked against Dodge. It has been frustrating Dodge in this ballgame, Tommy. That was most assuredly a killer kind of turnover for Anselmo-Merna, who had to have their confidence rattled with that huge punt by Pieper and the negligible return by their own great rusher, John Coinson.
Yeah, and what has happened here this half is that Merna defense that played their hearts out. With exception of one drive when Dodge took the ball down and scored, they played their hearts out. So you can't blame this on the Merna defense second half, because they really came out and played Dodge. They really held them in the check the second half.
Pieper carrying the football on second down. It is third down now, 11.
And the key thing is for Dodgers, that clock is still ticking.
.445 to play. Still 2 timeouts on the account of Anselmo-Merna. They're not using them. J.J. Stecker. It's dropped on the play as Hunke cannot gather it. He'd have probably scored.
Well, he had the ball, but it seems like as soon as he hit the ground, the ball came out, and it goes down as incompletion. But if that pass would have been complete, then you pretty much could have sealed this victory up for Dodge in their 3rd consecutive championship.
So it is 4th down. They'll go for it. 11 yards. Incomplete pass kills the clock at 4:33.
Right here, this is the biggest play of the game for Merna's defense. They have to stop him right here in order to have a chance to even competing to win this game.
On the hip, J.J. Stecker is gobbled up, and a nice play. They come up big. Terrific pursuit and pressure. They brought the whole barn, led by Duree, and getting in was McGinn. Deron Jacobson also had a shot. So a big defensive play for Anselmo-Merna. They turned the ball over, but then forced Dodge to give it up on down. So at 4.5 to go, they've got some real work to do and a lot of wood to chop. Down by 14, but still alive.
Well, their defense needed a big play, and they responded. Now let's see what the offense, offense can respond to it.
Coinson with a flag down. He too down after a 2-yard gain. This would be the 5th penalty if it's accepted against Anselmo-Merna. Referee Tom Barry. Is it against Dodge?
Do you know what that penalty is?
Illegal. I don't believe that's illegal participation, or is it? It is against Dodge. I beg your pardon.
Whatever it is, we know it's against Dodge.
Someone checked into the wrong place or wasn't properly outfitted. It's illegal participation against Dodge. 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 5. 21-yard line. Beg your pardon, 26-yard line. 26-yard line is the line of scrimmage.
But right now, what Merna wants to do is they want to have their play called already. See those precious seconds to take another clock. When you're trailing by 14 with less than 4 minutes left, you want to use as less time as you could.
Miller cannot shake Hunke. Flag down. Maybe face masks. Yep. It is a face mask penalty on Dodge, and so now they're jumping on Harry Carey swords, artificially letting Anselmo-Merna down the football field. And if this is a 15-yarder, it's going to give them an automatic 1st down and put the football
about midfield.
About midfield. And the clock isn't running. 4 minutes, and that's the deal. 39.5-yard line. Anselmo-Merna down by 14, 42-28 with 2 timeouts left. And if they don't have to use any of their timeouts on this series, they can save them for the next defensive series and have maybe 2 minutes left to play and get another score. A lot of ifs, but it's doable in 8-man football more than you think. Miller huffing and puffing from the 39-yard line. Coinson bowled over after 5. He is down to the 35 of Dodge. These are the plays that consume time and don't get him the yards, but they're trying to set him up for a play action.
Yeah, but right now, when you're trailing by 14 points with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, you don't care about what you're trying to set up. You want to get the ball in the end zone as quick as you can. That's why you have to go with the passing plays that has got you this far so the whole game.
Play action, even the fullback, even Larson.
You can't worry about running the ball here, trying to open something up. You have to get the ball down the field.
Here it is, and there's the throw, and there's Larson open, but the pass is off target. Miller wants that one back.
Yeah, he had the guy wide open. All he had to do was just put it out there in stride and hit him. And if he wanted to score, he'd again had a huge gain on the play.
And if he'd hit him in stride, he might have been able to turn the corner. See, he's got 2.5 yards on the defender.
Yeah,
he's going to get inside the 20 easily.
Yeah, easily he's going to get inside the 20.
Little fret from Corey Faltine, number 44. 3rd down and 4. Merna at the 35-yard line of Dodge with 3:11 to play. Miller gives it away to Coinson. Does a nice job of eluding the first rusher. Gets it near the first down. No question, Clint Eichmeyer should have had Coinson in the backfield, but the savvy running back Coinson, the senior at 170 pounds, didn't get 2,100 yards on the ground this year without learning something on how to elude the tackles of on-rushers like Clint Eichmeyer. Should have been a 3 or 4 yard loss. Instead, it turned into about a 3-yard gain, and it's 4th down. Under 2:40 to play.
And the clock is still running, so they lost about 10, 15 seconds just there. They just called them a play.
Miller gives to Coinson. Miller gets the first down. And Miller and company get the first down as Coinson cracks it across his right guard. That'll stop the clock for the moment, but then they'll start it up again as soon as they set the football down. Nose of the football inside the 30 at the 28 now.
Right now, Anselmo-Merna needs to be thinking about going into their 2-minute offense mode because they can't be wasting precious time. They're trying to get back into this game. Trailing by 14.
Miller eyeballs the situation. 3 down linemen. He wants to read down the post. The leap and grab, touchdown, Anselmo-Merna.
Ooh, that was a great play. That was a great catch by there. He threw him in double coverage, but the tight end he's about 6'5", and going against 5'8" defense, so he's gonna win that battle most of the time. I mean, that's as you see on this big screen. Great catch by him.
As we spoke of in the pregame show and at the outset of the contest, Tommy, he's 6'5", and a couple of times they're going to throw it up for grabs and see if he can out-leap the defenders, and he does right here.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. He got through the ball up. Hey, I'll take my chances with that if I had a 6'5" receiver going up against 5'8", 5'9" defensive back.
42-34 with this 2-point conversion pending. Miller. Chase not going to get it, so now they're going to have to score and get a 2-point conversion as terrific pursuit by Wisniewski snuffs out the 2-point conversion attempt. 2 minutes, 6 seconds to play in the ball game. 42-34. Dodge with the lead over Anselmo-Merna, and Anselmo-Merna will kick off. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. As you see, Wisniewski bulldog down Brandon Miller.
Here's another play of that touchdown. As you can see, right there he was ready to throw it, but he said, no, my guy's not in the end zone. I'm just going to wait till he gets in the end zone and throw it up in the air and hope and pray that he jumps up and catches it. And that's exactly what happened. As you can see, he's good 2 or 3 inches above the other guys.
It's tough to combat height.
Yes, it is. Especially a guy who has the height and long arms.
Well, there have been a lot of lucky moments for guys wearing red in this stadium over the last 70 years. They'll see if they can get a break or 2 here. Dodge still in control of the situation. The 2-times champion, 42-34. And they're going to get the football unless they bobble it on this either potential onside kick or a kick down the field. Eichmeyer is not deep to receive.
If you was here for the first half and you saw how the first half of play, you thought this game would have been over, but...
Yep, there's the onside kick, but apparently Anselmo-Merna was offside. They'll have to redo it.
But you know what? This is a great opportunity for Anselmo-Merna because if they're offside, that means they get another opportunity to try to onside because then Dodge had recovered the ball on the first hop. So this gives them an opportunity to try to kick onside kick again and try to recover. So actually, this is an advantage for Merna.
I would almost try to kick the ball deep and then use your 2 timeouts. And that way, it appears that Dodge wouldn't be able to burn the clock off. I know that's a big gamble, but the percentages just don't work in favor of you getting the football on an onside kick.
Well, on a day like this, it's wet down there. You have to remember that. So you never know. You never know what the coach thinks. He's saying it's wet. He thinks we either get the onside kick or stop him and use our timeout. So either way, they're gonna have to stop him. Right now, they did a little pooch kick. Let's see what happens.
And that's a free ball, and it's picked up by the up man. He's trying to burn up time, and he's doing just that. Getting the football was Tyler Paulson. He is down on the play at the 21-yard line, and that burned up about 6 seconds.
So now it's time to see what Merna's defense is really made of. Let's see if the second half wasn't a fluke, that they're gonna go out there and play a defense and give the offense a chance to tie this game up. That's all the defense needs right now. Is go out here and stop them, get the ball back to the offense, and give the offense a chance to tie it up and sit in the overtime. Because with an 8-point lead right now, they can't win this game. The worst they can do is tie it.
Gordon Fillmore trying to get himself a third straight title as Paulson is bulldog down, stays in bounds at a minute 50, a minute 49, minute 48. We have an injured Coinson. He's all right. He's going to shake it off.
Well, we have a timeout called by Merna, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to let their defense stop them and use their timeouts and give the offense another chance, another shot of going to the end zone and tying this game up.
Paulson finished off after 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Gordon discussing strategy with his quarterback, Jerry J.J. Stecker. This is the idea in the Merna huddle, and that is try to get the football.
This has turned out to be a heck of a football game. You know, two teams out there. This is what it's all about. Two teams go out there playing hard the full 4 quarters, and one team's going to have to lose, one team's going to have to win. But when you go out there and know that you played your heart out for full 4 quarters, then both teams have something very satisfying to take away from this game.
If Merna calls a timeout after this play, they'll have none remaining. It'll be 3rd down if they don't get the first down. If they get the first down, the ball game's over. It'll be 3rd down, and perhaps they could burn off another minute, which means that Merna would have only about 45 seconds remaining. We'll see how it turns out. Stecker pitches to Paulson. He gets the first down, doesn't matter. He's out of bounds after he got the first down, and that really takes a chunk out of the hopes of Anselmo-Merna. That gets them 4 fresh downs and only a minute 40 left to play.
Yeah, and all Dodge has to do now is just run the ball up the middle, force them to use their timeouts, and then after that, just down the ball. There's no way they can call timeout and just let the clock run out.
He was out of bounds, so they won't start the clock until after the ball is snapped. Although generally, if the ball was put in play on a first down, they would stop it just until they mark and then crank it up again. Stecker to Pieper. That's a pretty good idea. Up the middle, got 4. Coach Todd Hoyt wants a timeout over there across the way for Anselmo-Merna. He gets it.
And that was their last timeout, so.
Minute 32 to go.
So right now, the favors in Dodge's hands. All they have to do right now is just don't turn the ball over, protect the ball, and run the rest of the clock out. Like a couple kneel downs on 2nd and 3rd down, and then punt the ball away. Who knows?
Because it'll be 2nd down and 5, and now they can't stop the clock. Only an injury will stop the clock now, or a change of possession. 3,100 folks to watch that team, Anselmo-Merna, against the Dodge High Pirates in the Class D1 championship game. Dodge a champion a year ago. Anselmo-Merna never champion, but in the playoffs for the 5th time in the 21 years of the Nebraska State High School games. Antsy bunch that made the 70-mile trek down from just north of Lincoln. It's been chilly, but they've been outstanding, and they've done it in a variety of ways. 2nd and 5. Paulson is surrounded. They try to shake the ball loose. They cannot. Clock running in a minute 24. It'll be 3rd down.
Now right here is when it'll be critical when the referee starts the clock. Even though the clock's run, but you got to still remember they're still at the play clock that they're having in their head. So the clock starts at a minute and 12 seconds. So who knows? They still might have a chance to get the ball back, but it's not going to be very much time if they do.
One disadvantage not having the snap clock on, the play clock. for the quarterbacks to take up as much time as they choose. 58 seconds, 57 seconds. 3rd down and 7 from the 49. Pieper again. Surrounded, harassed, dropped after a negligible gain. It'll be 4th down and 7. And even if Anselmo-Merna has some time remaining, it'll be probably less than 10 seconds. No doubt Dodge is going to take a penalty for delay of game. Now at 23 seconds. Tough game for that kid McGinn, but he has played outstanding in the second half. There is the 5-yard delay of game penalty, but 14 seconds remain. If they punt the football, Anselmo-Merna is going to need a punt return for a score. They may not. They may just elect to run around, burn up as much time, and give them the football here to avoid a potential punt return.
No, but actually, I think the smart thing to do right now is punt the ball, because you have 14 seconds on the clock, and when you punt the ball, it's going to take, what, 3 or 4 seconds. Then you pin them deep in their territory. They have to throw the ball 60, 70 yards down the field to get in the end zone. So I think the smartest thing right now to do is punt the football.
It is just that issue that has caused Gordon to ask for time.
Because even though if you run as much clock, I don't think the quarterback can run around for 14 seconds. And run 14 seconds off the clock. Then it'd be Merna's ball deep into that area right here.
And just one throw to Duree away from a touchdown.
Exactly. So I think the smart thing to do right now is to punt the football and pin them deep and just hope that they don't return it, and then they have to throw a Hail Mary, which I don't think the guy can throw the ball.
He can't throw it 80 yards.
Exactly. Put everyone back, lay everyone back deep, and if they do catch it, make sure they catch it in front of you and make the tackle right there and win the game.
It's too bad that nobody gave Barry Alvarez that information in the Northwestern game. Otherwise, Wisconsin might not have lost it. Actually, as he explained it later, he said, I just didn't have any confidence that my punter would get the ball off. So I thought I'd rely on my defense. Well, Gordon probably has a lot of faith in his defense, but why mess around with it? Let Pieper, who uncorked a 65-yarder the last time, which was a critical play in this game, is in punt formation. And Coinson, deep to receive, needs to muster all of his energy to get a long kick return and put his team in position. Pieper, a high punt. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Here's Coinson. Starts left and right. Dancing out of bounds at the 19. We have 3 seconds remaining to be played. And 1 down for Anselmo-Merna.
I think that was the smartest play the coach could have made. The smartest decision he could have made was punt the ball and pin them back deep. And if they do return the ball, they still have to go, what, 80 yards,
61 yards.
61 yards to get in the end zone, which I don't think the quarterback can throw the ball 61 yards in the air, so they're going to have to catch it and run with it. Unless you look back to Stanford and Cal that year when they kept pitching the ball backwards.
Yeah. We have 3 wide receivers in the ball game. Miller is in a deep formation. He's going to let his teammates run down the field and then throw it as far as he can. The rush is on. He eludes it. He lets it fly. The ball is in the air, and it's intercepted, knocked down by Corey Eichmeyer. Whom else to ensure the championship for Dodge? Then there's superstar Corey Eichmeyer.
Well, that's the only thing they could have tried to do. Just unfortunately, the quarterback didn't have a strong enough arm. And what you was asking a lot for a young guy at this age to throw the ball 60 yards downfield. Because I know when I was in high school, I was better throwing the ball 50 yards. So you're asking a lot. As we get ready to see on the replay here, you know he's had pressure. He had to get out of the pocket. And this is one of the hardest things to do is just scramble and try to stop and get as much on the ball as you can. Because you never know. You don't have the proper technique. But I take my hats off to Anselmo-Merna because they really came out the second half. After the first half, it looked like they were out of this game, but they came back and made a great game of it.
42-34. Dodge gets the victory. Anselmo-Merna, the Coyotes, finish as runner-up. But what a stretch of years for the Dodge Pirates. Now 3 consecutive state championships, and what a way for Corey Eichmeyer, number 40, to go out. He finished the game with 30 rushes for 189 yards and 3 scores, which, believe it or not, is well below his per-game average. So Dodge actually didn't get a per-game average out of Corey Eichmeyer, but a fantastic day out of Brian Pieper, their fullback. His numbers weren't like Eichmeyer's, but his effectiveness was just as much, if not maybe more.
Yeah, Piper was very effective. He's the one that really opened it, really made this game what it was. Because at the beginning of the game, they started keying on Eichmeyer. They knew that he was going to run the ball. So then Piper broke off a couple big runs, and they had to adjust to him too. So they loosened that defense up. But who cares if Eichmeyer didn't reach his average? Hey, this is the final game of the season. All you care about now is winning the championship, and that's what he did. He went out there, he proved to the people that he was the premier athlete on the field today, and hey, goes away with 3 state titles.
He finishes his career with nearly 9,000 yards, but 3 consecutive state championships, which is probably just as meaningful, if not more.
And as you saw on the big screen TV, you saw some of the fans down there holding up the 3-peat sign. So you know that Dodge team has to be feeling really good, because here we had 2 back-to-back champions last night. Now we have a team that has won 3. So I take my head off to Anselmo-Merna, because they really came out and made a game of this in the second half.
We have our medal ceremonies down on the AstroTurf field of Memorial Stadium. First, the runner-up medals, and for that, we go to public address announcer Rick Schwiger.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to have awards for both of these outstanding teams. NSAA Board of Control member Dennis Smith of Papillion La Vista will make the awards to Dodge, and Leroy Kandal of Bayard to Anselmo-Merna. First to our runners-up, Anselmo-Merna. Number 5, Ryan Mowry. Number 9, Brandon Miller. Number 20, John Coynton. Number 34, Kyle Cantrell. Number 44, Nathan Larson. Number 63, Duran Jacobson. Number 64, Matt McGinn. Number 65, Travis Wench. Number 80, James Golden. Number 81, Brandon Stupka. Number 82, Raymond True. Number 86, Kyle Stitham. Number 7, Tim Bartak. Number 15, Todd Russell. Number 29, Jason Kubek. Number 51, Douglas Still. Number 66, Tashi Vanetta. Number 89, Chad Deary. Number 13, Ashley Heskett. Number 24, Josie Steinsinger. Number 26, Trent Russell. Number 40, Joe Ambler. Number 52, Derek Thornton. Number 90, Andrew Stitham. Number 91, Bumpy Olson. Number 11, Chancey Steinsinger. Number 12, Phil Hoyt. And number 22, Tyler Gilligan. Again, the head coach of the runner-up team, Todd Hoyt. And here, players and coaches, is your school's Class D1 runner-up trophy. Congratulations again to Anselmo-Merna High School. And now, for your state champion team from Dodge High School, the Pirates. Coach Gordon Pillmore, please accept our championship coach plaque. Congratulations. And now the players of the gold medal team. Number 31, Eric Harms. Number 44, Kelly Fultine. Number 55, Bryce Johnson. Number 69, Kelly Lickus. Number 81, Brent Zakovic. Number 85, Ryan Lurch. Number 88, Brent Marr. Number 98, Danny Marish. Number 51, Ryan Franzlubers. Number 89, Andrew Belsky. Number 20, Jacob Parr. Number 23, Jared Kreckemeyer. Number 56, Phil Ruskamp. Number 35, Matt Bruce. Number 19, Clint Eichmeyer. Number 32, Tyler Paulson. Number 12, J.J. Stecker. Number 25, John Rolfe. Number 40, Corey Eichmeyer. Number 60, Brian Pieper. Number 68, Jess Cranky. Number 75, Nick Emmanuel. Number 87, Nick Hunke. And number 99, Brian Wisniewski. And now, coaches and players alike, your 1996 D1 State Football Championship Trophy. The Dodge High School, the Class D1 State Champs.
It's become a familiar sight in Dodge at the end of November, hoisting a great big trophy above the football champions. 3 in a row, a championship 3 times as nice in Class D1 for the Pirates of Dodge. They get the victory over Anselmo-Merna. And Tommy Frazier, got to give Anselmo-Merna credit. They look pretty shaky there in the first half in terms of being able to come back and win. They not only came back and made it a ball game, but they had a chance to tie the game on the last play. I thought their defensive adjustments were outstanding. Eichmeyer scored 3 times in the first half. He did not score at all in the second half. They really tightened the screws defensively in the second half, and that fueled their comeback in many ways.
Yeah, what you saw from Anselmo-Merna was a tale of 2 teams. The first half, you saw a team out there who was very nervous, who had butterflies, who weren't used to playing in a championship game. But then they went in halftime. The coaches made the adjustments. They listened to the coaches and made the adjustments and came out and made a football game over the second half.
So that's it. Dodge wins over Anselmo-Merna and captures Class D1. And a proud bunch of Pirates are going to hug that trophy for the next 24, 48 hours. That's going to do it for Tommy Frazier. This is Jim Rose saying so long. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again next time.